Just a little warning, this podcast does contain some crude language. If you're easily offended, this is maybe not the podcast for you. Fat bar. On a bar. Millionaire. Short breed. Cycling. SBL, EPL, Highland League, sausage roll, sledging, Dunkel salmon. Sports.
Mike, loose.
As you said, I set into remember shed, wasn't here? I'll edit it too. Right. Episode 260. Massey, the quiz master.
So I've made up a grid numbered 1 to 20 and A to Z.
Okay.
And I've got a picture of the search area for Madeleine McCann. So if you pick a right square,
I like ball ships.
if you pick a right square, you'll get arrested. We should never be laughing, but it's not funny. It's not funny. So there's search party. Well,
Aye,
but they said they checked this before.
I know, I seen it the other day.
Aye.
To be honest, I've stopped reading it because it's been that many times it's been revisited.
But they must have some sort of evidence.
Aye, they must have
Wouldn't
some.
after all this time? How many years is that now? 20?
20?
Maybe?
Was it did they say 19?
2007.
Aye, it rings a bell.
2007, I think.
Did they say 19? 19 years?
19 year.
Was it?
18, 19 year.
Aye.
If it was your 3.
This was older than that, was
Five, I think 5, was
Five,
it? 5, something like that. So
Because they've got German boys, they're suspect. Like,
had him arrested for a while, haven't they?
Parents had something to do with it.
I don't think so.
No?
No.
Detective.
Okay.
I don't watch it. You watch some of the documentaries?
Yeah, I got fed up with it, to be honest.
I don't like to watch documentaries for
Kids.
an ending.
Oh, I know.
If they found her, then I'd want to watch a documentary.
how they caught the
about,
person.
how they found it out. I don't like mysteries.
Is that why you like space stuff?
That's lies, isn't it?
Oh, well, you said I put you onto Bono
Aye.
with Rogan,
Aye.
and you put me onto fucking Boy Cox.
Brian Cox.
Aye, I listened to the whole thing.
Aye.
But I hadn't a clue what the fuck he said.
It's so clever.
Like it's the size of this stuff.
Aye.
Like
Aye,
it's
you gotta-
like 3 billion times the size of the sun. And the sun's like
Rogan's loving him, isn't he?
sun's
Aye.
like compared to Earth, it's like humongous, isn't it? I don't know what to put a number on it, but it's far bigger than Earth, the sun.
It's the whole thing. If somebody was to travel the speed of light to get to somewhere else, then find something and come back the speed of light, it'd be like fucking 46 billion years went past or something like that.
Aye,
It's like, what the fuck?
I know, it's mental. Like these black holes, how'd they find them?
I can.
It's just-
Aye.
And the boy Stephen Hawkins can't fit they would look like. He described them, even though nobody'd ever seen him. He described fit they'll look like, and when they seen him, it was almost exactly the
his face,
same.
like, aye, clever bugger.
Unbelievable.
Aye.
It's just clean to the top.
Aye.
It's that metaphysics and shit like that. It's fucking hell. Like,
Hadron Collider, did going about that as well, did he?
aye. I enjoy listening to it,
Aye.
but I didn't have a clue.
His voice is just so.
Soothing.
Aye. But
Aye,
Bono's
Boy
is good.
Cox.
Aye.
Aye. Aye, Bono's is good.
Aye.
That performance in Jimmy
Jimmy
Fallon.
Fallon.
If it's Ordinary Love.
Ordinarily love. Aye.
Fucking, I watched it about 50 times
Did
last
you?
night on YouTube. It's brilliant. Man.
It's just when they're obviously just strumming and Will Smith's nodding the head, then the
Aye.
band kicks in.
Aye, Roots.
Aye.
When he hits the drums.
Drums and everybody's like, oh,
Aye. It's fucking brilliant, isn't
Aye.
it? Because I went off you two a bit, like Ken, but when you see that, they are talented.
Aye,
Like,
they do.
Edge just in the acoustic guitar.
Aye.
And Bono can sing, like, yeah,
Oh,
he's
aye.
got a good voice, like.
Definitely.
You should watch that.
I'll need to watch it.
Fucking good, like.
Still one of the best concerts I've been to. Like,
It's the best. I've been
Have you been to see him?
I've been to
Live?
see him now.
Aye.
Hamden.
360. I see. I was there. Man.
Yeah.
That was brilliant.
You play other all classics.
Best song for me in the night was Ultraviolet.
Aye.
And he came out in the microphone and he was kind of a bit ding, ding, ding. And he was just holding on to his microphone, swinging about the place.
Was he?
Fucking brilliant. Like,
I like his start to Sunday, Bloody Sunday again. It's so recognisable straight away, is it? Great.
oh, so the quiz this week.
Aye, quiz this week.
F3.
It's simple. Just I'm going to give a year and a team manager.
Ooh.
Used to give me the manager.
Okay.
So for 1 point, 1992-93 Aston Villa.
Okay.
Happy?
This one, dude.
2004-15 Leicester City for 2 points.
2014-15.
For 3 points. 2006-7 Wigan Athletic.
Ooh. What's that?
You got a clue?
No.
Shed's not here.
No clues.
Because he's adamant that I get clues.
Yeah,
but
I'm
no,
not close, but I think it's him.
Nor do I.
Oh. Yeah.
Right, for 4 points. 1997-98 Coventry City.
Ooh.
I can see it. I can see it.
These were our Premier League teams at the time.
That's Huckerby days.
Minus the dark
Peter and Love.
blue
right.
and a light blue
Aye.
stripes.
I've told them.
Huckerby, I think you're pretty mup Pop One
Aye,
at
yes.
sort of time.
At time, but
Dion Dublin. So 5 points. 2002-03 Charlton Athletic.
just spit doing.
Abdi happy.
Got names doing for him. All.
It could be a full who's here, I think.
Nah.
No?
Nah. Definitely.
So if it was the first team I said, because I didn't have
92, 93 Aston Villa.
Aston Villa.
Ron Atkinson.
Ron Atkinson.
Correct. Big Ron.
Big Ron.
Big Ron, aye.
Big Ron. They say too much about him.
There's plenty you can't say.
If it was the second name.
Leicester.
Leicester. 2014-15.
Claudio Ranieri.
Ranieri.
Nigel Pearson. It was
West
a
Ham.
year before they won a... Well, year... Was it?
Aye.
It was a year before they won a league, I think.
Aye.
I thought it was too early.
The year they came up, was it?
Maybe, aye. Something like that. It's a year he said a journalist was an ostrich or something.
Aye.
His head in the sand or whatever. If it was the next team.
Wigan.
2006-07.
Roberto Martinez.
Paul Jewell.
Paul Jewell. And then
Coventry.
Coventry, 97-98.
About Gregory.
I put Brian Little.
Gordon Strachan.
That's the first thing I said. I thought he was a player. Bastard.
They mind him with like a big waterproof jacket.
I do mind him.
Fuck. And last, Charlton Athletic. I think I should have had that higher up because I seen you writing doing straight
That
away.
was too obvious. I thought it was too obvious to be Curbishley. But I think it is him.
I put Alan Kerbersley.
Aye.
Alan Cubersley.
I put Pardew.
But I was an easy 5-pointer.
Aye. I thought it was too obvious to be Curbishley. I thought that's why you hit it as number
Yeah.
5.
Actually, I had it as number 1 here. Ken, the order I'd written him doing.
Aye.
And the 15 I had was Leicester City, but I changed it up last second. Did you get none of
Worst it
yous
is,
got
right. See, Roberto Martinez. I wrote Paul. I tried to mind his last name.
Jewel.
Jewel.
Yeah.
How can you hit 6?
I got 5 for Alan Kerbersley
Oh,
In
yeah.
the first team.
in the first team. So
How much do you get, Dunk? 3. You know Carbishley?
Happy
Pardew.
Pardew, 'cause I thought Carbishley was too obvious.
Brian Little. Fucking hell.
Did you? I thought you said Carbishley. I'll stick with that.
Nah, I said
No.
gotta go with what you've written.
Right.
Goody. Like that.
Well, that was a googly end.
I Googled it. It's definitely turning. Notes went straight.
Aye. That's a British curveball, is it?
Aye.
A googly.
Googly.
Well, it's cricket, is it?
Aye.
Googly.
Somebody watching IPL?
Nah, I used to watch loads of cricket, and well, I'll tell you if I did. Did you see it? With the 14-year-old.
No.
You must have
No.
saw it in the news. 14-year-old, 100 off a
West Indies, no?
Indian quickest 100 in 2020. 100 off. I think it was like 40 odd bars. 14-year-old.
14
Aye.
against first class guys.
Against top
Holy
class
shit.
boys are the top names. He's just smashing this thing into oblivion. 14-year-old. Indians though, just born to play cricket. Are they?
Aye, that's their number one sport, is
aye.
it?
Aye.
It's
Kabaddi.
there's supposed to be a good English lad, a young boy coming through, and
Aye.
they're playing West Indies, and
They are.
he's doing all right, I think.
Aye.
I can't remember his name, but
Somebody watched
I
the
only ever watch it Ashes. That's about the only. Or if it's a cricket World Cup, I'll watch it.
Aye. Somebody watched the Flintoff documentary?
No, not yet.
No.
Good watch.
Aye,
I'll definitely. It's on the list.
aye,
Yeah.
Just finished Mobland.
Oh, have you?
good. Shed's watching that. Like.
Aye.
Yeah.
It's not coming back for a second series. I read in the paper other day.
It's no sense in watching it now.
Aye, well, listen. It's left out for a second series, so I don't know how true that was. Aye,
Abdi's still alive.
Well,
I can't.
I can't divulge.
No,
Spoiler alert.
no.
I would just tell Abdi.
would you?
No bother me.
So in his shed this week, he's away in Amsterdam,
Getting stoned.
getting stoned,
Smoking a pancake.
smoking a
Allegedly.
pancake. So from to his work, Mark sure he drug test him when he comes back. So Fitzabby been up to this last week? Dunk, what have you been up to?
Last. What's happened there? My sound's gone.
Is it?
Is it? No, it's just
I
me.
can hear you.
All right. No, last Wednesday actually, I met up with Gunnar. Wednesday, not popped to you dinner time just to see what the vibe was like round it with the Dons. So he had no voice.
You know?
So he was buzzing, just pretty high on life, obviously, when I'm winning the cup and that. So, but just
a few late nights through the weekend.
he said that, and then just on to the next thing in that job. Though I suppose at that level in it, he's the whole time of day, the phone's just ringing constantly and trying to get boys in the door or out the door or whatever he's doing. So, but I was just ready to see he was just well chuffed, like all the hard work paid off. But as he says, you kind of sit on that and you've just got to go on to the next thing.
No.
So that was good. What else? Friday, I was golfing after work in Marker. Played there a couple of times. Good course.
No bad job he's got though, can you say? He's starting the next thing, but again, phoning about for signings and that. That's good crack, that, is it?
I'd
love to be doing that.
I've just.
He's got a great
See, I
job.
was just you look at stuff that's written up and you go, I wonder if that means. I wonder if that is about and all that kind of stuff. But yeah,
He's like Ken's before on Ken.
He's a whiteboard.
He's got a whole wad that's a whiteboard.
Aye.
Aye, so
Unorganised.
but he said
And you try to like you're speaking but looking out the corner of your eye, seeing if you see
but he's not daft eh, because he knows I'm putting feelers out trying to get like a bite on any sort of players getting
corner eye seeing if Miovski returns.
but it just said I just Abdi behind the scenes obviously they're entitled to their moment and they took a world of shit him specifically, but as he said, I did say to me he said he was trying to stay out of the firing line of the cameras and that, he says, but nah, I was just he was saying I was just trying to give you a bit. I could tell he knew I was fishing for on him, but obviously he's not an idiot, is he? So he's not going to tell me nothing. But it was just good seeing how chuffed he was, to be honest. But aye, so that was good. Golf Friday at Marker. Saturday had to work. Good most of the day I was carry on offshore, so that wiped out my Saturday. Sunday I was in the garden.
I thought you were switching the phone off.
But it's just if I get a call for my job is I kind of.
So you can't switch your phone off.
I can't switch your phone off, but I kind of like if something happens, I've got to action it. So I had to team up the whole day, and then Sunday in the garden, kids had some parties. Last night at Lenny's Fitba. Fair enjoying it. Like he's fucking listens more at Fitba than he does at home. Like he's fucking stuck in. Like there's a big loons when lamping Abdi. Like, and I said to him because. Unlike me, he's got a bit of hardness about him, so I was just like, get stuck into him, and exactly. And then he was getting stuck right in. Like, he loves tackling it, loves it, the physical side. Because it's like, there's a bear in there, just keeps kicking lumps at Abdi, and I'm like trying to be that guy, but I'm just looking across at the dad going, at fit point are you going to tell your 6-year-old has twice the size of Abdi else to stop leathering Abdi? You know what I mean?
I like
Just-
dirty, like aye,
kicking and like face planting him and pushing him into the ground and all that. And I'm like, I've no problem with the physical side, but it's like, you know, at that age,
aye,
come on.
aye.
Coaches need to say nothing.
Aye, they do, but it's like, you know, I'm all for you being physical, but if you're losing your order, you've got to pull him
Isn't
in.
there refs, is there?
No, he's just literally training and do like a few drills and all that, and like he play 2v2s and that, but it's mad just seeing how much he focuses, because you can't get him to focus on nothing for 2 minutes at him, but he seems to just listen. So it's good. And then just, and amongst that, just Morgan's got a big dance show at HMT on Thursday, so she's getting out of school early.
What's she performing?
She's in basically a lot of the dances, so she gets out of school early to go and rehearse. So Kirsty's away with that all day, so it's just me and Lenny, so it's fine. And just and amongst that, just obviously watch the Champions League, and then just squeezing in on his fitness round about that. That's me.
Hydrox.
Nah, I know.
You near a Hydrox guy?
Yeah,
I thought you did.
I was thinking about doing it, but I've almost got to the point. My body couldn't take it.
Aye.
Just
Fit is it like?
so it's like 7 functional exercises, like gym exercises, but a kilometre after each one. So you do 1,000 metre in the rower, then you run a kilometre, and then you do squats. Like that can fit order. And squats is like wall balls. You do fucking 200 of them or something, and then you do a kilometre, and then you do lunges, and you run a kilometre. But obviously, as the time goes on, you get more and more fatigued. So it's like, I get why folk are into it, because it's like, it's only like a circa an hour and a half, 2 hours, and you're done. You know what I mean? So you have to train for anything, because but ultimately, like, you can mark up time in the exercises, but it's a running exercise. If you're a quick runner, or you can quicken your times, that's why but eventually you're going to level out, aren't you? Because you can only run so fast, no matter how fit you are. Eventually you'll come to a plateau for you kind of, because you're marking minimal gains on the exercises, and you've got the farmer's walks in the rain. So it's just a general build up. So the rower, farmer's walk, wall balls, burpees, 100 metres of burpees, getting straight in the chest. And you see some of that folk, they're just like rocketing up on their feet, you know what I mean?
It's for 18, 19 years old, isn't it, for 40?
But it's obviously, it's age grouped and all that, innit? But I like say, I don't do any sort of weights, you know, I just do like cardio stuff. And then I did a gym class the other day, and I fucking was like shitting like a shaking dog after like 3 minutes. And you think, imagine having to do that, because I'm pretty strict, and there's boys here watching you do every exercise, and if you don't do it, they count it, so you've got to keep going. And then Marty obviously listens to the pod. Marty did it, and he showed me the video of him doing it, and he trained for it. And he said he didn't want it. I can't remember for exercise. I think it was the lunges with the bag on his shoulders, and he literally couldn't run after it. Okay, once he'd done him, his legs were just gone.
Yeah.
And he had to like literally trot it, because he couldn't physically run.
Yeah.
So when you see the videos, but I've got a few pals that are doing it and like are sort of mad for it, but it's like, it's a new fad, isn't it? But as I would say, the main thing is you can be relatively fit and you can do it. Okay, like to run a marathon, you have to train for fucking ever for it, but you could be a regular, go into the gym and then go get a world. I would like to do, but I've just can't get focused enough to train for it, to be honest. But so I just do spin classes and runs. That's my lot.
Yeah,
I like to keep it simple.
Even
when I was weight training, it was just simple stuff.
That's what I was saying. Listen to that Lance thing the other day, and he was sort of saying he's done all that miles and all that, but he's just like, if I do 3,000 feet of climbing, however long that takes, man, that'll do for me.
Aye. He's now looking at miles and how long he is out and shit like that.
Just getting the feet in.
But he was saying he's doing 6 hours a day in a bike.
Fucking
6 hours a day. This is Lance Armstrong when he was competing, like, but that's a
Full-time
lot.
job.
Like, that's a lot.
Aye.
An hour a day would be more than enough.
Aye.
That's it. It's an hour's a sort of circuit target, isn't it?
You do fucking 15 mile to 20 mile in an hour.
Aye, no bother.
Aye. Up to 20's getting harder, but.
Do you ever calculate how much miles you do a year now?
Strava keeps.
Tells
So does it?
Yeah.
Okay.
See if it'll do this year. I was needing to do like 6,000, so
Okay.
I think I'm on target to do about that.
Aye.
It's just over 100 a week. Yeah.
Okay. So if it was you up to the weekend, did you get?
Saturday cycling with Webster and Shed.
Oh, aye.
Went up to Glendronach, Rothay,
Oh, aye.
and then we were at Huntly, and then
Stop it, Mark.
Mert.
no, too early. I can't. Was thinking to stop.
Okay.
Slightly disappointed. Like went across the Knethment for Huntly, and straight been a roundabout and left, and then into Inch.
Oh, aye.
Stopped at
Celtic.
Celtic Bank. Had bacon and egg roll. So the yolk,
Celtic.
no yolk.
Just
hard, Ken.
overdone.
It's hard.
Disaster. I just ruined it.
I need a run of yolk.
Aye,
here.
you need
Aye.
to run
It's
in your
fine,
fingers.
like, but I need a run of yolk.
Aye.
And then I had this fucking mango cheesecake one.
Aye.
Fuck, it was fine.
Just cheesecake.
Aye, yeah. So, and then a double shot latte and a tin of Coke. I was ready for him. Can't mind. Did it rain? Aye, it rained a bit, but most of the day it was fine.
Aye.
We didn't go to Call Salmon. We went home a different way. So I said that Kemfer was sitting down. Fancy a different way home? She had straight away turned around again. He goes, fuck, you want to go like? So I gave him a route home. He goes, aye, all right, no worries. So we did that route home, and I'm not joking. Every mile he mentioned the fact that I had picked this route.
Was it short? It's a wee bit longer, like.
No, it's not really. It was just I couldn't be asking us. I wasn't feeling great on Saturday. I couldn't be asking who to call Salmon.
Yeah.
So
Aye.
I just faked that.
Aye.
Fancy a different route.
Okay.
So
Do you go the straight way to like the drum and?
if it we did, I didn't turn left to call Salmon. Just
Aye.
went straight on to the next left. Benny, or onto the main Rothay.
Aye.
Well, we didn't take it to Rothay. We took it Fitty McCuzzet. Beagle Wartle.
Aye.
Then took a left, and then I was like, you go straight being there, and there's a sharp left, but you can go straight on. You came for a mat, because if you go round the bend to the left, that's called Salmon straight ahead of you. But
Aye.
there's a wee turn in your right.
Right, okay.
So, but being there, come to T junction, turn left, and that takes you just a 4 Baden's Coth.
No, aye.
And the Fisher Ford
Road.
straight across Baden's Coth into Octorless. Him by for How Garden used to Alfie Chains,
Aye.
straight up a hill there. She
By
stayed
Jamie's
there like
fucking right.
and then took a right leaning tree.
Oh, aye. Back in the road then.
Aye, down by Craig Allen's house, and
Aye.
then him by
Back to
Harborough. Harborough.
Could be.
Aye. It's a fine easy run.
How many miles was that?
60. I was bang on 60.
Okay.
So that's fine.
Aye.
Good. It's not good to get out on a Saturday, like.
Oh, aye.
So Katie was to some charity lunch with Rainbow Rogues. So I was just babysitting when I got home, really, with Ronnie and Demi. Didn't do much, just watched the Giro. And Katie got hit. I went and picked Katie up in Udea, and we went for a Shield tour. No, I think Mia went and collected the Shield tour, actually. I had a king rib supper. First time for a king rib in ages. Fine.
Fine, he had change, is it?
Aye, need a king rib.
Aye.
That's what I used to get every
Aye.
fucking. But then I changed to fish, back to king rib, so it was fine.
Just a single. Aye, just a supper, no
Just
single.
a supper. So that was enough.
Aye.
That was enough. And then I watched the Champions League final.
Uh-huh.
I'm sure we'll speak about that.
Yeah.
And Sunday, Katie was doing a kilt walk, so she was.
Was it this year starting at Bankery and finishing anybody? Or
Aye, yes.
Aye.
So I don't think they got the best of weather.
No, the last 5 kilometres, didn't it?
Aye.
Drenched.
So the whole squad were bitty.
Aye.
Nain greatest of spirits.
No.
I think they were happy to finish, Ken. Blisters and.
It's a fair
Mia
whack.
did it in her Crocs,
I seen her Crocs in that photo and I was like,
but she's not got any blisters.
no?
She's the only with no blisters.
Is that right?
Aye. But Ken, Crocs are really wrong.
Interesting though. I seen a boy on TikTok at run a marathon in his Crocs. Like,
Aye. So she just did say her legs, but she didn't have any blisters.
It's a fair whack, like 5.5 hours, isn't it?
Is that the same cycle as Giggsy's?
Pretty much.
Same,
Aye.
same route and
same route.
So is it just a track all the way? Like?
So there's a path all the way, cooter, and then if you're on your bike, then you jump out onto the main road for a wee bit, and then a path all the way to
So
Bankery.
mostly just a path.
Path, aye.
Like an owl path.
Aye, like a gravelly path.
Aye.
It's an old railway line or none.
Aye. Right
So
along
it
the rail
is.
line, aye.
Aye. So would they be on the main road from the?
No, I respect you can go through it. You walk, Ben.
Aye.
But I'm saying it's a fair walk, 5.5 hours. Like,
Is it? Aye. How many miles is that?
16.
Is it 16 miles? So over a half marathon.
Aye.
So they raised a fair bit. I think about $3,000.
At least you
For
came home
Rainbow.
with your car in one piece.
Oh, okay, now last
Well,
time.
I tell the wife I'm not driving.
Aye.
PTSD. Last time she did it. I went off a car last time.
So one of new listeners, Last he wrote his car off.
Abdi was alright though.
Aye, exactly.
So in the morning, I just seen Ronnie and Demi swimming, and then I went home. Did fuck all. Just
Aye, dossed about.
Tossed about. Ronnie's just needs a lot of looking after.
Aye.
So I taken him down to Den Park, and I was about. Katie got home at night. I bought a big pizza, and just had a pizza and chips, and I was fucked. Like it just like fell asleep at
bet
night.
you.
I was fucked. Like
That kind of mum's date.
I can.
Yeah.
It's more mentally
Mental.
training, Ken, because you can't rest. Like
Mer so aye for you, aye.
you can't rest at all.
Yeah.
Aye, ta.
You know. Yeah, he's fucking. Aye. It's an escape artist, Ken. So you just get out. You'd be amazed.
Aye.
He can jump. He can open windows, jump out windows.
Aye.
Get out.
Jesus.
Also getting a wee bit earlier and getting a bit.
And basically, if you look around our house, it's fence around the back and wall around the front.
Aye.
Well, the wall, he can jump a wall.
Okay.
So we couldn't let him out the front by himself, and out the back he was all right. Now he can jump a fence.
Aye.
I can
Oh,
just
Aye.
get his foot up and climb over it and jump over, Ken. But so we're like, fair fuck, we tear down the fence and muck it tower, Ken. But I had a moment's
Genius.
Genius thought.
just put spikes. Fucking fence. They're like plastic spikes.
Aye, enough.
But he's quite sensory, so he just touches them and that's it.
Aye.
So
It's stuff
it's
like
almost.
stop cats going on.
Aye. Well, Katie's idea was electric fence, Ken. I go, that's savage, Ken.
There's social work coming in your house. Like,
That was a joke. She wouldn't do
I
that.
know.
I would do that. But she wouldn't. So it was we got it for a toy shop.
Okay.
So it's like
aye.
it does it. If you really press your hands in it,
Aye.
sear.
Aye,
Ken.
you'll leave it
So
imprint your hand.
Aye, he wouldn't.
Aye, when you go for that.
Wouldn't touch it like so.
Aye.
That worked. Like
Okay.
it took me 2 seconds to screw him onto top of
Aye.
the fence.
Aye.
It's fair chuff to that. Like
Aye.
Enough just to.
because I thought I was
tear.
tearing down the hell fence.
Aye, aye.
So, and it's just one bit because it's weird because in between
yeah.
the two houses, that's the lowest point of the fence, but it kind of slopes
Slopes
down a
down,
bit,
slopes
so
down.
it's a lot higher, so you can't loop that.
Aye.
So
Aye.
we've kept the man. Kept the man. Meantime,
Aye.
Till he finds the next.
till the next thing. Like
Aye.
so,
Oh well.
that was my weekend, Mike.
Well, last week obviously it was delivering stuff for the raffles. So I was actually up delivering the fishing rod to Bride Kylo. So I found out that it was the boy. It was with him at the bar up to the clubhouse.
Was it a boy?
Boy Stephen Moyer,
Okay.
plumber for Inverurie.
Aye,
I found out today it's quite a work with Lindsay's brother-in-law as well. So
Okay.
Aye.
it was him. So if you're listening, Stephen.
so they just tow it like.
Aye, you just told it.
Told it. I goes
That's
to
a fair
Kylo.
tow. Like,
Aye.
I goes to Kylie. Didn't play golf. He's got a handicap of 22. I was like, really? But obviously,
First tee nerves.
imagine because that's the OB.
No?
no.
You take to go up there and play
Aye,
a shot.
Football you playing, mate? Ninth? No. First.
I've never been up there on the 18th.
No.
Ken, it's a
Aye.
hole that runs well.
Huh?
Yeah, parallel
But-
tip.
You wouldn't be able to hit it off a putting green, would you? Or would you? That's a fucking. See, this wild. I've no idea if it would happen there.
Aye.
It's on the putting green.
Aye.
If that's for it had stopped.
Maybe get a free drap or something.
To the
just
side
off
or
it.
something.
Side.
Tell you, it's a fair scalp for there. You might be a 3-wood.
Went through the conservatory.
If he told it again, he's straight in the club. He's straight in the
To
club.
the bar.
On the 11th.
The worst thing I did was it kind of 9th tee. So the 9th tee, it's got trees on the left, Ken.
Aye.
Tight on the left. So I was usual fucking amateur buy hut was a slice, Ken. So I was to sneak it a bit to left, Ken. And I fucking launched the driver. It smacked the tree went a Hinba and into the 6th green bunkers.
What?
So I was playing my second shot
Out the bunker at 6.
green bunker up in 9.
Massive hole for there.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, gee, chopping out
That
for
was
there.
horrendous. Like, that's when you just went A&R. Eh?
Aye.
And it's worse if there's folk in the green. They're like, what the fuck?
They try to hide in a laugh. So Thursday I delivered some stuff for the raffle. Friday night we was
Kylo happy with his rod?
oh aye,
Aye.
delighted.
Think you'll start fishing?
He says he's already got a fishing rod.
Oh, is he?
Aye. I actually thought he was fishing when I went up because he was wearing dungers. It's an Almani thing, is it?
I think so.
Vagina hanging out.
True. Friday we was doing Mark Robertson's for a few drinks for Chugs'
Pre-wedding.
pre-weddings. So it's the first time I've been in Marco's man shed. Like,
It's a fair thing, is it?
Tidy.
He sent that video. It like looked pretty cool.
it's cool. Like, very nice pool table, darts,
Aye.
bar in the corner.
Give him a colour.
No,
Ah.
no, just
There's a lot to be said for a man cave. Their quality. And if somebody's got a DCE, like Scotty Hall's got a DCE and it's class.
Aye.
Doing much fit in the bar. And
But kind of, Abdi was getting a wee bit kind of merry and that.
Oh,
and
was he getting a bit too-
Marco called it, said, I think this will be our last drink, boys. Just after
Aye.
midnight. Aye. Good idea, though. Because
Aye,
could have
good.
got about a
Escalated.
hand.
Aye, wedding the next day.
Aye.
Nobody's saying to him, I'm not leaving.
No, I'm not again. So,
I mean, fucking, like someone like we was getting married. So the night before was Turry United presentation night, end of season. Before we went to Wa. And I fucking one player, I wasn't expecting it at all. So I was fucking high as a kite, fair chuffed with myself, Ken. So they're filling the trophy with champers and that, Ken.
aye.
So I was sinking ass and fucking free bar and holy fuck, what a state I was in.
Aye.
I'm flying to Vegas the next day. Wife was the same because she was taking advantage of free bar.
Aye.
man.
And you're young and.
So slept in, didn't we?
Oh, did you?
So mother and father-in-law's gone with us. My granddad's picking us up in the taxi because he was driving the taxi at the time.
Aye.
And he's rapping in the door. Sound asleep.
Aye.
And the again, mother-in-law
Fuming.
must have been, didn't it? I could tell.
Aye.
So fucking granddad's fleeing at it. Once I can we eventually got up.
Aye.
My granddad's fleeing at him on my last to get us in time, like. But we just made it, like.
Did you? Aye. Could you imagine?
Connecting flight to Vegas at Heathrow.
Throw nothing.
Or fucking whatever it was, again. But I was rough. Man.
Was you
But
flying and that?
to start with, I had no time to be rough. I was pure
Aye.
panic mode.
Aye.
Kid. I would make it like not even thinking about it. But see, once we got in London, Heathrow and away up in the flight, they just hot me like
Rough
oh fucking hell, it was bad.
Aye. Shite, has it been? Well,
Aye.
I think you're younger, especially when you got age, you get
Aye,
married, you're
aye,
no filter, is it? It's just to be getting smashed in it. When you're a wee bit older, like you say, you went, right, we've got stuff to do.
You're living in the moment,
Aye. Oh, aye.
especially a free bar.
oh, fuck, aye.
Jesus
Taking
Christ.
advantage of you, aren't you? But look, the wedding wasn't until about 2 o'clock the next day, so we could have been a bit. Nah, it was fine to be fresh. So Chugs was biding the hours on Friday night. So got up on the Saturday morning, ported about. Then Ali made a fry up for Abdi, myself, my dad, Chugs, and Joey. So, but Chugs was getting a bit nervous, like.
Was he? Aye.
He said,
Is the colour starting to drain?
He's getting a wee bit nervous now and made a couple of shites and stuff. So then he went upstairs for a shower and me and Joey just sat in the kitchen. We had a couple of tinnies and got up and he was fucking nervous now. And I fairly looked at his fucking kilt. I was thinking, doesn't look right good. I sorted his waistcoat and that. And Joey went up and I just heard Joe saying,
Wrong kilt.
"You wear my fucking kilt."
Bit of wrong, you know.
Ryan.
Oh, but the fucking thing says Kevin Garden, Joey Gray, and fucking team.
Far too big for him.
Far too big. Aye,
Down by the ankles.
Oh, aye.
Oh, nothing worse than seeing that.
The jacket was massive. Then he took his jacket off and he put other waistcoat on. He still had a waistcoat on, so he had two waistcoats on.
Aye.
He was just getting
Aye,
himself
it was
right
like
wound
this.
up.
Aye. Wasn't thinking straight at
Nah,
that.
nah.
Folks say I love something married, but that's what folks say. It does get like that, does it?
Aye,
I was never
I was never nervous at all. Like so. So eventually, Abby got ready and Elaine poured a whiskey for us. I never had any, but Chugs and Joey and my father had a whiskey. And I went down to the registrar. So I think if it was just 39 or 40 was. So it was fine. I was controlling the music. Donna came in, changing the music, blah, blah. And during the ceremony, they done like a Celtic thing, came with a quake. And putting whiskey in the quake and the bride and groom would drink it. So I was kind of told that the rest of the folk in the thing would get a drink and that. So I horsed heap of whiskey in. And I passed it to Donna, I think, or Chugs. And the registrar says, if ever they didn't drink, you have to drink yourself. I goes, fit. So they both sipped it. And I had like 5 nips worth of whiskey.
Yeah, I love it out anyway.
I had to open my mouth and doing a hatch like.
Aye.
You didn't hate it. It's like curse him if you didn't like.
But again,
Aye.
she said I couldn't. I had to like, so I didn't. Oh,
You must have been flying after
I
that.
was burning like the side.
You must have had a wee buzz after that.
I did have a wee bit like. Then
I'll get the heart going.
it was fine.
What kind of whiskey was it?
It was.
I hope it was a malt. God, be a blend. God,
No, it was a
God.
12-year-old Glenallachie.
Oh,
It was
that'd
fine.
been all right, aye.
It was fine.
That'd
So I passed the quake through Aberdeen afterwards and just outside got a few photos taken, then down to Legion. It was fine. But I was a master of ceremonies, so I had to do the hail. Everyone, please be upstanding, that stuff. Food was by the wifey for the Mart.
I seen her in Friday night
Aye.
driving by. I wondered if she was involved in the catering. Like.
So she was doing the food.
Aye,
So
aye.
it was good. And there was I had soup, then some chicken with bacon, and a trio of puddings.
Fine.
Aye.
Half a
Eating mess, sticky toffee pudding, and like a lemon cheesecake.
Beautiful.
Not lemon, but cheesecake. Not a lemon fan. Like.
So that was half a fine, like. So
Aye.
now and then the band, Joey's speech, Joey,
Good, eh?
brilliant,
Was it?
absolutely brilliant.
Aye,
Aye,
that's good.
doing his time, it was about 10-15 minutes long, and he just taking the piss out of fucking Chugs.
Did he?
Aye.
Whole time?
Aye, it was fucking
That's what it's all about.
brilliant.
Aye.
He tell a story about Chugs how they were in Dubai. He's never tell anybody else. He just tell it on the day. He was in Dubai. There's a heap of them in Dubai. Seen Johnny in jail. So they're all drinking all day and all night and stuff like that. And they're being in the same apartment. So I'll be fucked off to bed. So Joey thought, I'm going to just sit in the balcony and have a drink and watch the night lights of Dubai and stuff like that. So he's sitting there and he's like just watching the drink. We're all gone by. Then 15 minutes later, the fucking patio door opens. Chugs and Donna walk out. Ken and Joey's still standing there. They didn't notice Joey.
I can't if it's coming.
No way.
Well, I have a feeling I can't if it's
Aye.
coming.
And after a few minutes, Joey's going, I didn't fucking care I'm here.
No.
And he goes,
And I'm naked to lemon.
no.
Yeah.
No. So Joey goes to Chugs, what the fuck are you wearing, man? So obviously, first thing, Chugs just threw in the first thing that came to his hand, Donna's thong. Bars hanging out. I used to thinking there what do in the back.
That's what I thought.
was coming. Like,
That's what I thought was coming.
No, fucking get locked up over there. If you fucking
That's
caught you
true,
doing
aye.
that.
That is very true, aye.
That's what I do, like a Gervais joke here.
Well, Max on up.
Mark it up.
But no, it was really good. Then Fifth Avenue was a band at night, so they were all right. Aye, good cut.
I'm not liking. They're all right.
Well, bands at weddings, they just seem to start. Then before they start, they're stopping for half time.
Aye.
Then they have a break, then come back on. They're on for another hour, and that's done.
Aye.
Again, to me, I would hear just a fucking disco on it and just a variation of music. But aye, the wifey was a good singer, like
Aye.
a really good
kind
singer.
of music, just like
It's a mixture.
aye, walk of life and shit.
Walk
Walk of life. I was at a wedding.
Proud Mary's Irish one.
Proud Mary.
Oh, aye.
A bit of that, like.
Yeah.
But it was good crack.
Did they do that shite to end for you get him up in the shooters?
Old Lang Syne.
No, they played Loch Lomond Dead. Aye.
Do that at the end?
Aye. I wasn't involved in that bit though, because I made a mix for the last tour.
Oh, did you?
So I was up behind this cloth thing, putting all my stuff on, and just looked back at the curtain. It was all going on. So
You missed it.
missed it. So then we finished at 1 o'clock. It was good.
So you had a disco after a band?
I just put on a newer mix I made during that week.
Music was a bit loud, was it?
Your mum came
I
up.
just tell it to turn it down.
I goes, well, I was behind the curtain.
It was
I was behind the curtain, your mum, because you must turn down. I never, I didn't know how loud it was.
Is that the same as his tunes at a golf club?
Was she as nice as that? Like,
No.
no.
Nah, that can't mind. Vaguely mine out saying, you must start music doing. I never.
Was he blasting?
She was getting a bit of grief, like.
Was she?
Aye. Well, she was like, folk were saying, he's not invited to this wedding to my mum, Ken. My mum's like, yeah, fucking. I don't care if I was invited first. Why are you going to go with me, Ken? I don't care if folk were just walking through for the bars.
Oh, could have been.
Aye.
Probably because I heard the
And
tunes.
folk were moaning at my mum that they weren't invited, and my mum's like, I don't care if I was invited first. They invited. Why are you moaning at me about it, Ken? I certain somebody, but I wouldn't have it.
No, so it was, I finished at 1 up the road. I was in the toilets at a point in a pish, and it was in the urinals, obviously sparing, boy pissing in the next scene. And I fairly catch him looking at me, and I just looked down, and he looked at me, and he goes, "Are you fair pod?" I goes, "Aye. Are you really?" And goes, "I'm Mick." Oh, I got to tell my girlfriend.
So, duck her in the toilet.
Look, I'll be in the cubicle. So went through, and I was having a drink. Next week, the boy, it was Josh, I think his name is, came up with his girlfriend, and oh my god, and she was like starstruck. And I was like, "What are you starstruck? Just making blah blah."
Little old me.
Aye. But,
Good guy, Mike.
Yapping a while. Eventually, found out it was actually Donna's niece.
Oh, right.
She's fae Riney, but he is fae Dunfermline. And I think he got listened to it because I mentioned Lovey Construction at a point, and he worked with Callum Lovey, which was James's loon. So, can I get a photo? Because I will get a photo at some point during the night. Don't worry about it. And then near the end, can I get a photo of you now? I never.
Kept him hanging, did you, Mike?
It's mad, isn't it?
Should have done a bolt. Nah. He's a sound enough guy, like quantity surveyor. So
shout out to Josh and his bar.
I'm sure it's Josh. I was a wee long line, but. So Sunday was
Tired.
I was fucking tired. Like I wasn't hungover. I was just tired. Honestly, I was just tired. Got
hungover.
You've had a few heavy weekends, haven't you? Like you said, you get out of the wine, you can get a few weekends off.
This is it. This is me for a long time now. I think concentrating, getting the garden done and stuff like that. But Sunday was
Is that your events, by the way?
That's a by the way. So quiet June. Maybe next Saturday for Elaine's birthday. Maybe go for a meal, but just a meal and a couple of drinks in him. But fits you. A birthday, hi.
21.
Aye. So Sunday we just lazed about the house, done bits and balls. Just then had a Chinese, had a Wong's Sunday night.
A Wong's?
Aye, half a fine.
Was it? A lot of folk go to Wong's, didn't
Do
they?
they?
Well, I don't hear most folk go.
But like Michael.
Aye, it's probably a favourite Chinese in Terra for me. Wong's had a shredded chili beef and a chicken and mushroom.
That's what Kirsty has all the time, chicken and mushroom.
Then a portion of egg fried rice and a portion of soft noodles.
That's exactly what we would order.
Wong's used to be good chippers. Back in the day.
Aye.
For the first time they were there.
Yeah.
Used to be magic chips, mate.
Aye.
And the chicken rolls.
Chicken roll. I was trying to think about it.
Oh, chicken rolls are $4 less.
Aye.
If you're fucking queuing out the door for chicken rolls.
Chicken rolls are unreal.
Even used to go up at dinner time when you academy.
But you can, that's absolute shite in a chicken roll, don't you?
Oh, I bet.
It's so fine.
When you're steaming,
Aye.
tasted so good.
Chicken roll.
Didn't
Aye.
it?
Aye. Even the cheeseburgers now were fine.
Aye.
And just
Yeah.
aye.
If you'd like, boys. Alright.
Stop playing football.
Every weekend.
I seen
How's
Warren.
your dad doing? Alright.
He's never fucking changed one bit.
You guys
Well,
know.
he's
I
not.
know he's
Or Christine, they're aged.
nah.
They look the same fucking 40 years ago.
Exactly. Hi Jim. No, it's Michael. Oh, sorry, Michael. How's your dad? Ah, he's fine.
I got that now. Listen, he's been dead 10 years. They've seen a few drink drivers coming into that establishment back in the day.
But I was speaking to Elaine about it on Sunday night. He goes, you never see him down the street or not during the week.
Nah, you never see him ever, do you?
Nah.
Nah.
The house is just a hen. Kinder
Walls.
house is just right
Aye.
a hen. So I've seen Christine doing it again.
Aye.
Aye, just one on a boot, like
One on a boot.
getting shopping and shit.
Yeah.
And I seen her driving. Mine, she used to fucking. Her heat
Aye.
was sticking away windscreen.
That's right.
Fucking
That's
hell.
probably when the Bairns Gordon and that was at school, maybe. But
Aye. She was quite scared, Christine.
Aye.
If
She
you
got
were
sick with
drunk, you drunk, she didn't like it.
She
did
got
you?
fed up with us.
aye. But I was.
Don't blame her. Really.
No. I was actually speaking to Johnny Clark's daughter and Nancy and Caitlin. She works at Cormac Park. She's
Does
the
she,
marketing and that.
Okay.
She said they had a good party like for the dogs. So that was Sunday. It was weekend.
Been
Fine
a few
weekend.
parties.
Oh, I definitely by sounds of it.
Aye. So the Chugs and Donna's I want a mini moon just now.
So if it's a mini moon,
Just out for a few days.
It's like a honeymoon before a honeymoon.
I think so. I think
like a pre-honeymoon.
I think I'm going to want to maybe Caribbean sometime, maybe January or something like that. So they'll go out for a few days.
so
But,
for a weekend.
but Laura's a while with our pal Lindsay. So
Poland.
Aye,
So that's
Poland.
Dansk.
Gdansk.
Aye, Gdansk.
Dansk, that's how they say it, I think.
Aye.
So just
Cheap flights for Aberdeen, you get a right deal on that.
£60 return they were.
That's mental, isn't it?
Aye. So pictures are a day, they're all drinking together.
To watch though, that deals and you go.
Add-on.
Add-ons are mental, like again, like baggage,
Aye.
or shit.
Aye.
Like sorry, if you're yourself, but if you're a family, you need
Exactly.
a fucking
So we found
whole
cheap flights for
bag,
Cyprus in the summer, and then once we added it on £700.
Aye, it's mental, is it?
Raging.
Crazy.
Well, I think £60 for the flights, and that includes a carry-on bag, I think.
Aye, you
Then-
can, like I say, you could do that yourself.
Aye.
But if you've a family
Family.
with kids, forget
I
it.
think it was £40 for a suitcase.
Aye.
So if you was gone a couple, you just take
Aye.
one case.
Aye.
So work out not too bad. And the hotels now, I know they're cheap.
Cheap, aye.
Aye.
How fit like say food and drink?
Magic.
Aye, but cheaper.
Aye, cheap.
It's
Aye.
Euros.
Aye, a wee
Not
bit.
euros.
No, it's Slotty.
It's a lot there.
It's a wee bit cheaper than it is here.
Aye.
But no, it's a good place.
Because fucking the Euro fucked the cheap. Ken, mine's Spain. It was fucking, when you were younger, I used to go to Mallorca. It was fucking, it was like £1 for a 20 tabbies, Ken. I was fucking I was just smoking them one after another. And a bottle of beer was like £1, Ken.
Aye. That's like it was when we used to go back to Turkey about 10, 12 years ago.
Aye.
I knew it's
Just the
much
same.
as such
Same
the
as
same.
Aye, shite.
Aye. But probably the same as that way. They just bump up the prices to keep it in line with.
I think Thailand's still cheap, is it?
Is
Ken,
it?
if you go there, still dirt cheap. Hotels and food
Aye.
and drinks, fucking really cheap.
I was wanting to go to Vietnam.
Aye, I fancied
Girl went there for his honeymoon, didn't he?
Aye.
Or the Philippines.
Yeah.
Just land flights, and they're a great flyer, Ken. It's a
Aye.
great flight.
8-9 hours is enough.
More
Yeah.
than enough.
Aye.
Vegas is my 10 hours.
Aye.
I thought I was my limit, like,
Is it?
I would say. Aye, she's ready to jump out the plane, like.
Jamie Stewart now, he does the hill London to Perth thing.
Aye, Australia.
Aye, for his
See, I'll
work.
never
his
be in
work.
Australia, ever.
No.
No chance. Far too far.
Because Kirsty's sister by Jenny and she was like, "I'll be fine to see her," and I went, "Forget it."
There's
Says,
no way I'd
telling
fly
you
to
right now,
Australia.
Can you
we
do
are
like
never going to Australia.
Because you need to do like a few nights in Dubai, like that's a 6-7 hours.
So we'll probably get you a meet in the middle, kind of
Aye.
like say like a Thailand or something.
Aye,
Ken.
aye.
Okay.
I'd maybe do that. I stay, I like travellers do that. maybe
Stay in
go-
Dubai for 2-3 nights,
Aye.
then fly out to maybe like say, Singapore for a few
Aye.
nights, then
Yeah, that's
go
what
down to
Kirsty's mum did,
Australia.
yeah, recently.
Stand
Aye,
back net
Dubai.
dogs to Singapore. We just hang here like.
Oh, aye. It's a right way to do it, though, is it?
Aye.
Only thing we were fit is at 10 grams.
Is it?
Death penalty. That's mental, eh?
Aye. That's the right way to do it.
Well,
Yeah.
I think, yeah.
Too low.
It obviously works. 'Cause
Aye. Deters them.
Aye.
Yeah. So that was the weekend. It was fine. As you mentioned there, never seen the Champions League final. Grandson Harrison, he was at a wedding, and I gave him my phone, so he was watching it on my phone. Like, and I did see. If I was the first goal boy, was it
It's just there.
Hakimi?
No,
Aye, Hakimi. Aye,
Was that him? It was apologising.
Aye, didn't celebrate.
It's Champions League final, man.
Just because you played for
Come
it.
on,
Fucking
a year.
a year, Ken.
Good final.
Oh,
It's restored my faith in football. Seeing players running, tracking, going for the jugular, masterclass for a couple of other players. The winger boy, Dewey, and Vitinha.
he was at Wolves.
Aye.
Aye.
And then the whole team's like, one boy's 28 and the rest like 23, but the boy Vitinha was just
He was just ran
Oh,
the show, man. Unbelievable how good he was. Like,
technically absolutely brilliant.
just reminded, like I said, in the
Modric.
chat, Modric,
Aye.
like just a prime Modric. That's what he reminded me of.
It just he was literally controlled the game
Aye.
at his pace.
Yeah.
And if he wanted to inject the pace, he injected the
Aye.
pace.
And the young boy, I was disappointed from the Teenham. Teenham
Aye.
quite early.
I know.
He's boy, fucking. Fit is he? 18.
19,
17,
19, and then
Frenchman. France, yeah, embarrassment of boys coming through again.
Aye.
How far they find these lads? Like,
Africa.
yeah, exactly. That's the thing, eh?
A lot of them
Yeah.
just fucking French colonies,
French
Africa,
colonies.
and just come up and
yeah.
But just Enrique just got him a grafting. I guess there was someone on the radio after that saying that he only agreed to take a job if they got rid of the superstars, Messi, Mbappe,
Aye.
just shows you, does it?
Neymar.
You see that video of him giving Mbappe a lecture about being a leader? saying, I heard you like Michael Jordan, and then saying Michael Jordan to his teammates by the bars and throwing a pool in their way. He was a leader. That's what we need you to be. And Bartley wouldn't have did. He wouldn't have tracked back and shit like that.
Look at a winger boy. I can't pronounce his name. What's his name again?
Kvaratskhelia.
Aye. 78th minute. They're 5-0 up.
Aye.
He ran 90 yards back, and tackled the boy.
Aye, that was my favourite. That was my. This team is really good on it. Aye, amazing to watch.
Aye.
What a performance!
The work rate.
But when you see that boy, Kuznisvillia, tracking back like that, that's for you. If you're watching with your young loon, you say,
That's how you play.
That's
football.
how you play football. That boy is amazing, great ability. But
Look at the work rate.
Look at the work rate. Ken, he's helping out his team defensively as well as offensively. And if you can get 11 boys to do that,
you'll win most things.
Well, look what happened, Ken.
And that boy, if ever they found that Colombian guy playing centre back, Pacho or someone, looks decent. The left back, he's played every best player in Europe this year. Out the game.
Hakimi. The boy scored, the young boy. It's just
Doué, is it?
Doué man of match, bro.
Did he win a match? I'm surprised that Vitinha for me was fucking special. They've got the best goalie in the world now.
Donnarumma.
No, he don't think he do. But
he made them look. They made them look so average. They just got after him. The boy DeMarco just got destroyed, didn't he? Left back.
But Inter trying to play out for the back and just getting caught all the time because the PSG press is so good.
Do you see them though? They were standing on the edge of the box. Like as a fan, you watch Abdi playing and folk let him do it, but they didn't let him do it. As soon as he took a short goal kick, they sprinted at him.
They were waiting like he used to wait 100 metres at school. Getting there right doing in the traps, but the next thing up, they were like that waiting,
ready to go. Boy, Dembele, he set a tone like he was fucking.
They
absolutely loved it. They could go on and dominate if they keep that team again.
But if they keep playing like that, it's hard to see past them. But you've got in mind they only they scraped by Liverpool. Liverpool beat him in Paris,
and then battered him at Anfield, didn't they? And just didn't get.
Well, they battered him in Paris.
Sorry.
And they were lucky to get a 1-0, and then they only beat Liverpool in pens.
Yeah.
So they weren't miles in front of Liverpool.
Wales plays them.
It's very difficult to keep title at Champions League, but you do wonder how much of it was. For me, PSG, that's as good a performances as I can mind watching on a team in a big final like that. But you do, in the back of your mind, you're thinking, was that like it was Inter really bad?
It was Inter marking it.
Or were PSG really good? I always think that when you...
A 37-year-old centre-back, to be 37, fair, again, obviously, top player, still playing, but you got to be exceptional at 37-year-old to be cutting it against...
The boy had a absolute nightmare.
He did.
What's his name again? He's
the boy had cancer.
Marco, was it? Marco, is that for you?
He did cancer once and homeless and someone else, but he had a bad game.
He cost them the first two. How deep? It's just primary school stuff for the first team. Because when they squared to Hakimi and he tapped that, and you think it's got to be offside. And then you see the replay of how much deeper that boy was. And that's so un-Italian. Usually Italians, they had a good line and they're experts at that sort of thing. But
that's why I think it was a bit of PSG being brilliant, because Italian teams are rock solid at the back and they made them look like amateurs.
Serbia? Serbia.
No.
Bastoni?
DeMarco, is it, or somebody?
Playing left wing back.
Pavard. DeMarco,
DeMarco, yes. He had a nightmare.
Did he?
And his second goal deflected, but he turned his
back. Criminal.
He got to face up there. But you could tell for the start, Inter Milan just got into low block and was getting to let PSG play. But I think you're playing low block. Why are you fucking about with back as well? Why didn't they go long? Because the boy up front, Inter looked like he had it up. And the black guy, he was big, strong.
Thuram and
Thuram,
Martinez is the other in
Why didn't they knock it long, Ken? Because PSG are loving you playing like that. It's just playing right into their hands, Ken.
Yeah.
But it's not fashionable, is it, Ken? You're not allowed to do that. You can't be in a Champions League final and go long, can you?
Does that show you levels of the Italian league? You've mentioned here many a time that the Italian league, as much as like Scottish players are doing well, the leagues, it's not the best of leagues.
I don't think so.
No.
They still got the final, didn't they? And PSG tore through all the top English teams.
They're arguably in a poorer league.
And they beat Barcelona, did they?
Beat Barca as well,
7-6. What a game that was.
Deserved it.
The Champions League's actually been really good this year.
The format.
The new format.
I did enjoy it this year. It was an enjoyable final. even though it was one-sided.
Aye.
But it was.
It was a good
Sometimes
one-sided.
one-sided, you're like, this is over. You switch it off. But PSG were playing so good. It was so good to watch.
Aye.
And like Doug says, the boy chasing back, you're like, aye, like us.
Aye.
Love that. Because it's so... You see so many prima donnas nowadays. It does your nut down. And you see a boy like that chasing... A highly talented offensive player chasing back and like that. Like...
And that's doing the manager to get them to do that, you know what I mean?
And it also shows you, it was so like you'd hardly ever see it on a mare for that kind of players. You're like, oh my God, it still exists. Like back in the day, Beckham did that every
all the
week.
time, Giggs did that all the time.
Plays track back and you wouldn't get a Huawei in there, do you not, Ken?
It shows, football's all about teamwork, Ken. Get rid of the individual superstars and get boys that are going to work as a team, work as a unit, and you'll succeed.
Yeah. As I was watching the Betis Chelsea final as well last week, and it's done full cycle. In Spanish were renowned for diving and things like that. And I watched it was just Chelsea were diving and Betis were getting in a boot and stuff like that. It's just, is that for Fitbaz nowadays? It's done full cycle. The English Fitbaz is more known for diving, time wasting, cheating, and
well, I seen the Europa amount of diving and cheating that was going on in the first half, and that was fucking embarrassing. Well, but his standard was so poor in that game, and
the Betis game was terrible. Chelsea just...
That's a full English game. Ken. So I probably right enough. If it was like at conference final, that conference was brought out for teams that were that are nay.
And it's just teams like Chelsea win it.
Chelsea won it. Spend how much have they spent?
$1 billion.
Then a year before was that West Ham a year before? So I spoke. Like, there was no English teams in the Champions League final. Was there any in the semis? I think I was there? Or was there? No.
So no English teams, so I'd be saying, English league's maybe not as good as you think it is, but like the English teams, two teams that are only above relegation, Tottenham and Man U were in a Europa final. And then you've got Chelsea just wiping the floor. Aberdeen in the conference. I reckon they end up finishing 5th. And for me, 5th or 4th or 5th. For me, at England maybe didn't have the top team. PSG's the top team. But the strength of the league, for me, is the best. Because
you got your Man Cities, your Liverpools and stuff like that.
PSG, do they get challenged, Ken, in France? Nay, a lot.
Marseille's probably second to the...
Bayern Munich. His teams get wicks off, basically. Don't they?
Yeah.
Bayern will have every season,
look how many 7-0s,
8s and stuff. Even Barca and Real, Ken. I mean, Rangers pushed fucking Atletico and they're finishing 3rd or 4th. Man United wiped the Fleer with him. So I think it's just the strength and depth in England's the difference. Because it doesn't matter. Liverpool won the league, but it doesn't matter fit team they played, maybe Bar, Southampton, Leicester. There was no wicks off in the Premier League. And maybe that's why you see them struggle in the Champions League. Because they can't afford to rest players and shit, Ken. Because every week's a fucking tough week in England.
Yeah. Fair play to him. Obviously, bit of a tifo after the game. PSG put up for the daughter, right?
What a story.
Lump in the throat stuff.
The 100%.
When you've got daughters, you just put yourself in that position to lose a 9-year-old daughter. Just it's my but every father's worst nightmare. And he handles it so well.
He does.
He speaks about it saying, Abdi says, are you fortunate? Or he says, I was fortunate to get 9 years with and stuff like that. It's just...
And also, he's just up there as fit. There's only 2 of the managers done a trip, 2 trebles. Pep and... Can't mean one more, but there's not many managers to do it, so some achievement.
Spaniards...
Good managers, aren't they?
Good managers. Again, they seem to can't fit their day in to get a team going, do they? Spanish managers, like... I
loved Enrique as a player, though.
He was a work rate.
Class player.
Great player.
I was high. If you can't be happy for him, then you're not human, are you?
No. You can see, well, he's done his time at Barcelona, though, is he?
Yeah.
So he'll maybe stay at PSG for a while.
Tax balls to get rid of the superstars, Ken.
Aye. And that team at PSG, they'll be here for a while. They're not going to be leaving.
They're well looked after, and why are you going to leave a team that's won champions of Europe?
Exactly.
They've got a fear factor now, and
I think so.
They're a scary proposition to play against.
Aye, yeah.
I think it's as good a performance as like I think I put in the chat that it's like watching a prime Barca team.
Because if you go through the team, they've got arguably the best centre mid in a minute in the world just now. They've definitely got the two best fullbacks in the world right now.
Aye.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The front three's fucking
frightening.
Aye. Scary.
Lightning quick.
Aye. Best goalie.
Look at boy came on. Aye, best goal. Look at boy came off the bench at Barkla. Now flying machine.
Aye. Yeah.
And then Gareth Skilly or whatever his name is.
Portuguese lads fucking didn't even get off the bench. Striker boy, if it's his name again, he scored a few goals in the Euros. That's Euros.
Right.
What's his name? A Portuguese boy. Looks like McGinn. We hit him up here.
Oh,
he hit a strip on. He was maybe one of that strip cunts, was he?
Try
And did
Barcola, Mumbai.
Can't remember his name. Doesn't matter.
Right.
Gomez? Is that his name? He maybe he was not. He didn't get on.
Maybe he ain't fit. Maybe he was injured or something like that. But no, good to see somebody else.
Something different, aye.
So, no English teams been in there, like, but it'll probably change again next year. Like, obviously seasons are finished. Dawn's potentially 12 players going out the door. Obviously, loan players that are contract and stuff like that. So it's going to be a big summer for the Dons.
That's why Gunnar's busy.
Aye.
But I think it's the same every year.
Yeah, exactly. He said loan boys
target.
began back. So obviously Dorrington did well. So
yeah.
And even if you were maybe to get him, you're probably never going to get him till after pre-season, are you? Till they have a look at him.
Do you think the Don should splash the cash and get like Nisbet back?
Gunnar said wages.
Is it?
So obviously Millwall played a heap of the wages.
Aye.
And as much as maybe even somebody loves it, unless is a player going to take a wage cut? Unlikely.
No.
Well, I'd say no. The answer to that would be
biggie.
So
it's agents, is it? Players just leave it.
to them.
I want to earn it. Your agent will say, "Don't worry,
Put your cut off.
I'll get your wage. We'll get a club that'll pay that nibbler."
Aye.
Agents will care.
And again, even when Nisbet had a decent season, I wouldn't say it was outstanding, but the thing is, because of the goals he scored, Millwall went to have a look at him first, wouldn't they?
Yeah. He said he came to Aberdeen unfit.
Aye.
Then he got himself fit, and then he obviously
got a few goals
kicked off after that.
But like you said, Scottish fit in a nutshell. Every year you've got to churn out the players.
Okay.
Nisbet's one of like enigmas, so again, if he's not scoring, he's not doing much again.
Yeah.
So it's a harding, like. But then goals that's for
so
the
hard.
fucking money is.
Yeah, exactly.
Mackenzie's obviously at Plymouth.
Right. Doohan's gone. Grass gone. Aye. He's going to be it'll be the Scottish quota and going to be third choice. And then a good bit of business getting a boy Nestor on a 4-year deal a day.
Who?
Noster, centre back, Dutch boy, signed a 4-year deal a day.
Aye.
Signed the goalkeeper and
Aye. So he was telling us about him. So like I've seen his name, but he played in the A-League in Australia, and then he wanted to go over to the UK. So the goes all Cove Rangers, and he goes, "Well, I'm not really worried." He says, "I just want to get over to the UK, and I'll take my chances." And even at that stage, to get the Cove to Aberdeen's a fair jump. So,
aye.
But he said as well that the young lads will get their chance because they are the ones that went out on loan if I've done well.
Yeah.
So it's up to them now.
That's good.
So like for Aberdeen fans, like for me included, if they're not in the squad at the start of the season, you'll know why.
Aye. Your Alfie Baviges and your
Alfie Babbage.
what you call the young lad for Portsoy?
Fletcher
Boyd. So
I thought he might kick on. It's weird.
Jack Milner hopefully get a good run out next season.
Well, he got a game in the biggest game of the season and done the business, didn't he? So, well, look at a minute. They've got 4 centre backs. They've got Tobers, him, Noster.
Rubicic back.
No, he's coming back, but
I
wouldn't imagine he'll be back. I wouldn't have thought.
Do you know?
Well, they put him out on loan for a reason, didn't they?
Aye.
If that's a 4 centre back, it's a 4 centre back here, but so I think that's a 4 they've got.
Yeah.
He left after that debacle.
Ask him off,
didn't he? So
we'll see.
Maybe it's whether he gets another chance.
I see a team he was playing for qualified for Europe. I've been following.
So Miovski's obviously, there's rumour of him leaving Girona. He's not coming back to Don.
I did ask that. He knew that he was going to tell me, but he was like, he says, we could. I says, "No, just monkey big stair in a river and get him going." And he went, he says, "Dunk, we could blow the wage structure out the water and we wouldn't even be close."
Aye.
But I do think so. Then I said, "This is my fear: is he ends up with the ugly sisters?" And I think there's a chance of that.
So rumours today is Celtic sent about like
If Celtic, because as Gunnar was saying, like they'll want a return on that 6.8 million, Ken. So if you just say like you read in the paper, say 2.5 million, that's probably about right, and then take them off their hands. You know what I mean? I think it's a strong chance you get it, but just fucking destroy me seeing it.
seeing him in a Celtic kit.
Honestly,
Scoring against Aberdeen.
Apologising.
Aye.
Sorry. Nah.
It's Celtic must be like, even if Celtic maybe I want him as a number one, Ken would say if it's 2.5 million to them, and I reckon let's just guess 15 grand a week.
Well, I was worried about them wanting him for Aberdeen. But
they were priced out, weren't they? Because they weren't willing to pay. So they've probably went, let's stick it for a year, see if he hacks it, and
Better striker than Ida.
I think so. I think he's better than Ida, but Paul Stewart would disagree. He thinks he's a superstar, but honestly.
I'll be Norwich just rubbing their hands.
That's the thing, like
money for him.
The Scottish clubs outside Old Firm, even including Old Firm, try to find a striker in it. That's what everybody wants.
Yeah.
On the budget they've got.
Speaking about budget, Rangers will be fucking buying Abdi with a take over new investment in Anfield.
I'm just glad there's somebody else running the place now. That's all I'm glad about. 20 million's it's a drop in the fucking ocean, is it? So I'll see.
Russell Martin.
I'm just as you can overly enamoured with that fucking appointment.
Just think I'll be split centre backs.
Watching Rangers through my fingers again next year.
He's not been obviously.
It's never been confirmed. It's getting it.
It's getting that way. Is it?
Boy, fucking
Ancelotti.
Well, I don't about him. I'd rather talk him, even though I can nothing about him. I can enough about Russell Martin to ken I don't want him.
The rumours was Ancelotti, then Modric should come with him.
Aye.
Yeah.
Well, being linked with all these fucking pensioners. Vardy as well.
Vardy.
I think Vardy did a job.
He's still fit.
He's still
sharp.
How much did he get in the Premier League last year?
15 or something.
For Leicester.
For got relegated.
So you think about how the chances that Rangers get.
Aye.
But then the teams that play against Rangers outside Celtic, low block. Not great for him, is it?
Mm-hmm.
He likes to
stretch it.
Stretch it. Mm-hmm. But I think I'd be disappointed to see Vardy for a season, to be honest. But Modric is a bit silly, isn't it?
I imagine
why the fuck would he come and play in SPL? He get a massive fucking wage in
I think we have
Saudi or MLS.
Aye, true. But
even a coach role. He's never been a coach in his life.
Maybe once these
just because he's a great player.
Aye.
Doesn't mean he's a great coach, does it? Just a name. It's like Ancelotti. Abdi gets a Wanker off. It's Ancelotti. Aye, it's his son.
Aye. Yeah.
So, a lot of Rangers fans will be underwhelmed by Russell Martin. I thought the Rangers would go for something.
A lot of Rangers fans. I've been expecting to say the trebles incoming next season.
Aye.
But they'll have to close the gap in Celtic next season.
The worst thing that probably could have happened is Aberdeen beating Celtic, because they might have just trickled money to Rodgers going like, oh, that's another treble. But maybe now he's gone, right, I'm wanting cash.
I'm more optimistic about next season than about this. Well, tell you, I reckon if our predictions are recorded, I said Celtic would win by 20 points again. I Kent would fucking romp it. I think they'll romp it next year.
Yeah. Do you think Abby's going to be closer next year? Or just still be Rangers and Celtic?
No, it'll still be at 2, but saying that it'll still be at 2, it wasn't that 2, it was really Celtic, Rangers and the rest. It wasn't like Celtic, Rangers. But I still, obviously Celtic will be still big favourites, but I don't think they'll get the other NY next year.
No. Rangers, far do they need to improve in player-wise? Defence.
Aye, defensively. I mean, Butland's a good goalie, but he had a fucking terrible season, so you think maybe need a new goalie and a brand new back four.
Nice suitor.
They need a creative. They need a creative centre mid.
See, Fazan for Diamonde in the Premier League team. Aye. How many fitting it was. But aye. You could say, again, every team will tell you the same thing. Well, hey, a centre half, a centre midfielder, and a centre forward.
Aye.
But we really need to sort out the back four. I'd like to see Tavernier away, to be honest.
Aye, he's done his bit.
Done his time, and
He's did a
great career.
Aye, but
Change it out.
it's time for a new captain. It's just time for
A new start.
newness.
Aye.
Well, with the new ownership and time to just
Aye.
start clean slate.
Clean slate.
And Shed mentioned with a new owner, and you'll probably get a lot of Leeds, loanees and stuff like that coming up.
No, that wouldn't
They just
happen.
won't accept
That
that.
wouldn't happen.
No?
No. Leeds are no better than Rangers.
They're no better than Rangers. Come on.
So you ain't
Premier
going
League
to tuck
team.
their... Aye.
I know a bit.
Aye.
I just I see Rangers fan base accepting it.
Leeds are no much better than Rangers. If at all. If Rangers was to play Leeds in Europe who are two legs, I'd expect Rangers to win.
Aye?
Absolutely, aye.
And you wouldn't disagree with that, would you?
I would.
Aye.
Aye?
Mm-hmm. 2 legs, aye.
I think so.
Aye.
I think so. Played Tottenham and fucking played them off at Park at Ibrox. I ken it was 1-1. I ken Tottenham were low dude in the league and all, so I'll take it back. But it's Leeds will be favourites to get relegated next year.
Think so?
Definitely.
Absolutely, aye.
If he
Aberdeen
comes up,
news.
go down. It's
Well-
the golf is opening up.
They've got money to burn, and if they get rid of Fark and try to get somebody else, why try and get rid of Fark and
I know.
get somebody else in when you've got him promoted with him? But
I think it's just to do with he's only. I think this will be his fourth season or third or fourth season in the Prem. He's only won 15 games in total.
is he?
His whole time he's been in the Prem.
Yeah, but you look at his teams, Ken.
No, I think it's an unfair thing, but I
definitely
think
is,
that's for that
like,
gauge, and just gone.
yeah.
He's won 8 games. That's why they're going to sack him. It's harsh.
Aye.
I think if he's got him up, he's entitled to get a shot at it. I think it's only reasonable. Like they're speaking of, Luke's off a like Ange is going to get sacked.
I see that today, aye.
Yeah, it's just fucking crazy. Like,
It is because as much as I've slated him on here, it's like he's won. He's not just won. Again, they're saying they've won a trophy the first time in 70. It's not just a trophy.
a European
They've won a proper European trophy.
Mm-hmm.
He's
like
got
the
him in the
dreams
Champions League and all.
Dreams are fucking made of.
I can't. They finished okay. They were shite in the league, and they finished like just above relegation. But he got him in the Champions League, and he won a European trophy. So he's just as real. He's like he finished in the top 4 and won a European trophy.
Aye.
Because
on that premise, you're saying, well, Saka aren't you? On that premise,
Aye.
Ken, he lost the European final.
I can. and he's never showed nothing.
Aye.
Ken Shed stands up for him, but to me, he's been an absolute joke. figure.
Disaster, aye.
Aye.
That's the long term and all this. That's
but
fucking
he's
vision and that. Well,
He's played Tuesday, Thursday, or Thursday, fucking Saturday, Sunday for the.
But Simon Jordan was right in the radio today. So this is his time. Like it's not about if it was he said not about an evolution, it's a revolution that's needed. And so it's his time now to get all the boys out, get the boys in at once, or to the point, and then there needs to be a marked improvement. You know what I mean?
a huge improvement.
And if there's no,
It's a huge job, like,
aye,
because that team's terrible. Terrible.
Is there any basis or any kind of core you can build for in that team?
Well,
And obviously Bruno Fernandes.
for me, until they get rid of the goalie, they've got no chance.
They need a new goalie.
Aye.
1,000,000% need a new goalie.
Okay.
I like Cunha,
Aye, I like
Bueno.
aye.
I like the sound of that, boys.
Speaking of fast, was speaking about another good signing. I thought, Mitrovic,
Aye,
good player, but he's ancient new, isn't he?
he
Yeah,
scored
Andy's been in the Saudi.
stupid amount of goals in Saudi, like,
Good player, like
and he's hard as nails.
he is. He had up a bar.
Aye.
I like it. I like a look at their.
Father looking at.
Because that would be boys. I would go for.
Aye.
So it's obviously correct.
Boys that have done it in the Premier League.
Bruno, for you man,
Exactly.
for you man in the Bruno thing. I'll tell you if I was surprised when you see now Bruno's stats, he's created double the amount of chances on any other player in the Premier League this year. That's a fair stat though.
Without Bruno this year, Man United might have got relegated.
Aye.
Aye.
So they got.
Yeah.
I've almost went full circle for I couldn't really go with Mata, like, but when I see what he's been doing in that team, how bad, when I seen his number like second, like 40 more chances created than Salah, and I was just like playing for Man United. So it says me they've got no fucker stick in the net, which everybody knows. So even if they're a half decent striker, they might have been further up the league.
Yeah.
But then obviously the Saudi thing, they're saying he's turned it down. Aye, it's taken him 3 weeks to turn it down.
Aye.
They
Has
just-
he turned it down news?
Aye.
Well.
Yeah.
Aye, they need to keep it. They need to build the team round him.
Aye.
Exactly.
Ken?
He's in to
He's
build
the
it.
only player you think is playing era now that would have a chance of playing for Liverpool.
Aye.
He might get a game for Liverpool.
Aye.
He's the only one.
And he puts a shift in every game.
He's petulant in that, which is annoying.
Aye.
For,
Then you're getting rid of players that are bad eggs in the squad, like Garnacho and things like that.
Rashford.
Aye.
See Sancho's back. Well,
that says it. Chelsea have paid money.
5 million.
5 million?
To send them
Anybody
back.
would dream of 5 million quid. And Chelsea have paid 5 million to say, here they come back.
Aye.
So what does that say?
Freedom fighter.
That just says he is a bad egg. Because they've paid money.
5 million.
To hand him back.
Aye. It's crazy, is it? It's like buying something next and you have to pay a £5 to return it.
Aye.
You're raging me out.
Aye, I know.
Aye, fucking right, yeah. That's a 5 million fee clause.
Aye.
If they sent him back,
It's clever for Man United. That just shows that they thought he was a proper bad egg. So they're saying, like, if you were to hand him back,
Aye.
you have to fucking pay to hand him back.
Aye.
And there's word of Hoyland going out and loan, is there?
Aye. He's not good enough. I don't care what anybody
He's
says.
the worst player I've seen in my life at that level.
Aye.
Aye, for me, aye. I mean, like playing it. They keep saying this. He's 22.
Aye. No.
18's young to me. 19.
He's not good enough. Nothing like it. Now, if they want to get to far, Man
Is it
United
because
should
he's not
be.
getting service?
There's definitely a bit of that.
Well, he
But-
just said Bruno's created more chances.
Well,
than
aye.
Onyeka,
But we don't know if it's to him, but it's just.
Let's get stuck into United because Shed's not here. You can't go too far because you feel him, do you? He sits there with his fucking arms crossed, his chin up. He shucks his head. So he'd think, we better not go too far or he's going to start sulking. So he's not here.
Aye.
So files can be damaged. It's not to do with Glazers, is it?
No, it's definitely not him. Amarin, I think if he doesn't get a good start in the first 10 games, he'll be away.
Aye. Well, me and Duncan, total agreement. If he, because it's funny because when Dunk said it, if it was in my head, if he loses 6 out his first 10 games or something, he's under massive pressure. He's got a wow with it the end of this season. There's been folk chirping, but he's basically got a wow with it. But he wanna get a wow with it next year.
No.
If he starts like anything like fit they're doing now, he's fucked. And I think the boy they sacked,
Ashworth.
he'll be laughing.
Aye.
Because I think that was fit was a boot with it. He didn't want him. He wanted Southgate.
Okay.
Which could have. I bet Southgate would have won more games and made United look a lot better than us.
Yeah.
Amarim job.
Southgate would have pissed with the cock he's got, and Amarim hasn't done that.
No, he's just sticking to the formation.
I think Southgate would have been ideal to take him away for being shit, to getting him to some sort of respectability, being hard to beat. Okay, that's near the long term.
And then the next man
comes in. The next man comes in, and he's got a far better platform to work for. You could say that about England, Ken. He teamed with England, he got him to so far, not quite over the line, and now Tuchel's in.
You just wonder if he goes and wins it.
Well, and Southgate got a lot of stick, not for me, because I stuck up for him, but I think we could have done worse, and Southgate would have been alright. I would have backed the boy like the Newcastle boy.
It's his job. Imagine having to go on a fucking tour after the season finished and it was the worst season the club says that's the last thing you want to do, isn't it?
Aye.
For a seat in the far with Malaysia.
Aye, and that's World Club Cup starts in a few days.
Aye.
Okay. Boys, they get a fucking break. Like, I can't.
It's hard on him, is it?
Oh, I can't imagine playing football all the time. Still, at elite level, you need a break. Like,
Aye.
you need a holiday, do you?
Yeah.
See, like, I've often wondered this. See, if you play for a professional team, do you get by law you get a set amount of holidays, do you? So say if it's 5 weeks holidays, can you book a holiday at a professional team? Like, I'm taking a week off.
I'd imagine it must be written in the contract, surely.
Because
I know obviously it's written in contract, you're not allowed to go on motorbikes, you're not allowed to go skiing.
Which is fair enough. But now and again, you do see a player just kind of like, I think I've heard of like Fergie saying to Ronaldo, right, with West Brom this week, you can go away and see your family and stuff like that for a week.
I still think they have to be
manager's discretion or something. But that just hate being pre-season, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Because technically they're still getting a couple of months off of it.
Aye, pre-season. Well, they're near it.
Because I heard Devlin's interview on Aberdeen's page the other day, and obviously if they've had a week off, and his interview, if it was at Wednesday, and he said, I'll see you in about 4 weeks.
Aye.
So they've had so he's getting a month off.
Aye, which is great. But that boy's still, they can't just take a month off.
No.
That boy's still need to keep himself.
International football.
But how much hours of work do they work? Kind of going to training every
Aye.
day,
2 hours a day.
couple hours a day.
Aye, I suppose. So maybe that's
humour,
how
yeah.
they get away with it, without giving them their 5 weeks.
Aye.
Plus, they'll get international breaks if there are no internationals.
Yeah. A lot of them nip away then, don't they?
Nip of the wire,
Aye.
international. That's probably why a lot of them pull out of fucking friendlies and stuff like that, just purely want to get away.
Aye.
Yeah.
Like if you was a manager and a top player come up to you and said, "Look, I need a week off. I need a week off."
You're not, are you?
Well, I think you could look at your fixtures. Like if
Say it's a
let's say
fucking
Liverpool
FA
are
Cup.
at home to Southampton, you'd maybe say to Salah, all right, you'll get a week off this week, but back and ready.
Aye.
Because you watch The Last Dance, don't you? That documentary, you boys seen The Last Dance? And Rodman asked for some time off and he went to Vegas.
Aye.
And he was not coming back.
Aye.
So Michael Jordan went up, chopped in his door, went into his hotel room, and he sat there with Carmel Electra, living it up in Vegas.
Aye.
And then he grabbed him back to get
Came
back
back.
for the fucking.
hell. I haven't seen that.
Have you not seen The Last Dance, Mike?
No.
That's the best. Aye, by
Best sports
far and
documentary.
away the best
Aye.
sports documentary I've ever seen.
Better than Drive to Survive.
Fit?
F1 is better than that.
So summer signings, obviously it's a busy time for the backroom stuff at
Trent.
Football Club. Trent's away.
10 million. It's a great deal for Liverpool, that.
Aye.
From his contract, you can got 10 million from him.
How did you like?
They wanted
You wanted him
they
getting for the Club World
World
Cup.
Cup, so they paid the fee for him now.
10 million.
And Liverpool made him pay 10 million.
Ah. Oh, well, maybe please some Scousers.
Aye, I know.
They got a bit of money for him in the end.
Aye.
I don't understand that argument, Ken. They got him for fuck all. He came
Aye.
through. And the amount of fucking.
Made his money's worth there for the club.
He's won 2 Premier Leagues and a Champions League, hasn't
Aye. Yep.
he? So.
Frimpong. Celtic get some money for that.
They
and
get 20% of that, don't they?
Aye. If it was at 29 million.
Aye.
Aye.
You ever seen that video of Frimpong when he blooters the ball into the crowd and hits the bear in the
Bairn,
face?
aye. He goes up
Goes up
afterwards.
and fucking, he felt bad, did he?
Aye.
Pure Bear's fucking balling. He gave him a shirt, did he?
Aye.
I wonder if he got booked.
Wasn't it a warm-up thing, though? Was it warming
No,
up?
they were it was during the game, I think.
Was it?
Or was it? Aye, no, it was during the game because he had his full kit on. You
Okay.
didn't warm up with your full kit.
No.
Shoot, it was
No. Do you think Verts will follow him?
Yeah, I don't care much about him. But there must be some player because numbers have been like 110 million bid.
Mm-hmm.
That's
See
like
Leverkusen as well. Like.
Aye.
that's elite money. That
Yeah.
110 million.
Yeah.
And apparently they're holding out for about 120, 130.
But it's probably going to be good for Man United, possibly.
In what sense?
Well,
They'll have money to pay the
Ten Hag's there, so
Aye.
Ten Hag will
some of
start
Aye.
your Antonys and fucking Onanas and stuff like that to Leverkusen.
I'm intrigued to see how he gets on here.
Could be his level.
Possibly, aye.
Man United's just a big club, is it?
Aye.
Yeah. A lot of stuff. Yeah.
Presley in it, Dundee.
That's what I say. You want to see something.
Did you see the boy stopped in his car? You must have seen that clip, no?
No.
He's STV clip, and he's just absolute joke. Absolute joke. If this is what we're like, if this is the best we can come up with, and an Arab.
Oh, of
Jackson
course,
United.
Dundee United, aye.
He's not a trade up on Tony Docherty.
Is he
He's got no management CV. Tony Docherty, and he's been solid in the game for decades.
Presley's managed a few clubs.
Aye, but if you look at his like about 3,
He said he was Hearts caretaker. Falkirk did a decent job at Falkirk, 42% win ratio. Then Coventry, it's all right, I've a written dude here, Mike.
All right.
Coventry 32%, then Fleetwood. Then he had a spell on Paphos. Is that how?
Did he?
It must be a Greek
Greek.
team.
yeah, it's
Then
Cyprus.
Carlisle. But he said a bit of hiatus. But he was at Brentford as their...
Throw-in specialist.
no, he was...
defensive
their-
coach or something.
No, development chief or something. Kind of developing players.
I quite like listening to him. Like,
I honestly, I think it could be a good appointment. Like,
Think so?
centre half, good manager, centre half, get a game.
I like him. Like, I've always liked listening to him.
I don't think he could do worse than Elvis. Like,
Aye.
it's just,
But he's on that back foot straight away, is he? Because he's got fans against him straight off the bat, is he?
because he was Dundee United.
Aye.
Aye, forget.
So you've got to
I
hit. You've
forgot.
got to hit the ground running, don't you?
Aye.
You imagine a Rangers or Celtic player being manager. Oh,
Aye.
I'd be nuts with it.
But obviously, it's Dundee United, Celtic, Hearts. He's played for a lot of clubs in Scotland, so
Imagine Larson New manager of Rangers.
I know.
I've seen that things that would never happen, would it?
It cannot happen.
That would be the ultimate shithousery, would it?
Oh, aye.
They offered him like $1 million a week.
And he comes on and just says, well, a job's a job.
Aye.
I would.
He'd never do it, would he?
No. Nah. It's not a manager for
Funny,
it would.
Funny. Yeah, if we lost the league by 50 points, I'd still laugh like that. Larson's my hero.
Like Amaruso in charge of fucking Celtic.
That wouldn't be as bad, probably. Because
No.
you're speaking a legend there. That would be that would ruin his ruin him. But
Definitely.
never forgive him for that.
Would-
Funny though.
Kettlewell, he's a what? Kelly, is he?
Is he? Mm-hmm. So he's grown a backbone now. He's where you're just now like slagging.
Slag him. Then obviously the boy Wimmer, he's a waffy Motherwell. So
Yeah, he had a
another
job lined up though, didn't he?
Obvious.
And tapped up.
Motherwell just seemed to be a club. See if our Motherwell maybe looking to sign.
Who?
Scales.
Liam Scales.
Aye.
Aye.
High for Celtic.
Aye.
I don't think he's Celtic caliber, is he?
Nah. Like
He's
he's an Aberdeen
definitely the
player.
weak link.
Aye, he's like, because like in a couple, he's just everything sort of half comes through him, but he obviously does something because Roger seems to love him, eh?
Aye.
He did it.
Because the boy Trusty's a far better player, I think.
He'd a few good games against Rangers, but I always thought he would look the weak link at Celtic, like
Yeah.
Scales.
Aye.
But
Maybe he's just a
that your Celtic fans saying, but then
the hill team's miles above everybody else, so maybe
it's hard to.
a bad player in that team still looks alright.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Going to Wanker week this week. Well, nobody's mentioned any of them. What a fucking wanker. Quite a few obvious scenes this week, but I'll let you guys go first with your reigns. Dunk.
It's just going to be one man, innit? Max.
Max for
The
start.
guy's a complete fucking disgrace. I absolutely detest that human being. Never seen anything like that in my life. He's a fucking prick.
Was it like definitely deliberately?
Oh, aye.
You hear
No
his voice,
question about it.
he's totally had that moment for you hear that 10, 20 seconds for your heat's
Reed
gone.
missed.
Aye, totally heat's gone.
Teams tell him let
him past.
Let him past.
And then he's just went, what? He's just hurt me, which is true. And he was annoyed at that, but he goes, look at your rules, we can sort it out after type thing. Then he just went, fuck you.
It was like Mario Kart. Aye.
Aye. That's obvious. Like,
Aye, because they
stand
eventually,
aside of him,
they eventually got the on board, didn't they?
Aye.
And you just see him going like that.
Aye.
But he was wronged at a corner before because George Russell tried to go by him and he went in too quick and then he hit him, forced him out onto the edge of the track. And because he was going into the corner too quick, so he's pissed at that. And then he goes like, "You'll need to get that space back." So he went up a slip road, and he went, "Get him!" And then bang!
I was knocked up a slip road,
Aye.
so he'd no option.
I had to go up a slip road, and then
So
he
it was
goes in.
that boy's fault. He went up
Aye.
a slip road.
So I would have got ironed out, but obviously because the radios went, "Look, just give it back, and we'll sort it out."
Yeah.
He's like, "Nah, fuck you."
It's kind of I would do.
I know. But my point is, you're driving at 140 mile an hour. He's a fucking prick.
Is that how fast it was going when he did it?
Probably, something.
Probably, yeah.
Aye.
Aye.
But it's just.
That's fucking
It's not great, Mike. It's not great, Mike, when he's fucking got the best car. Now I see he's struggling, so he's fucking throwing all his toys at the
Yeah,
pram.
he was bibbling like in the press afterwards as well. Like they asked him about it, and he says,
What sort of example do you think that is?
and he said if it was down the lines, here to speak about the hill race, and it's just one incident.
Aye.
The wifey says,
Aye, but
about one incident
it's
cost you a 10-second penalty.
Aye.
I didn't.
Should have been a
like
black flag, Mike. Should
Oh.
have been fucking disqualified.
Black flag.
Aye.
Yeah, you get a black flag if
Flag.
For like running into somebody.
Yeah, black flag. Black
So Max.
Max.
But I do like about him. So when he was getting interviewed, he just fronts up and says, "Fuck yous. I don't give a fuck. I don't regret it."
I prefer him to Lando. I'm not.
Lando's a wet blanket. And
He
he blew in
is.
again. He got bullied in the first corner by
Aye,
Max, and that was him out the race.
Yeah. And Lewis at Ferrari is just it's not working, is it? He'll be
But
a
Max is a wanker. He's just a fucking detestable fucking. And folk can say it, man, with a blue in face. He just wants to win. Nah, it's like I was wanting to win, and that's just ridiculous. That he did it at weekend.
He
I
does.
see about
He gets hit up.
hours later. He admitted.
Aye, he admitted it. He's
Once he
down.
calmed down, aye.
Aye, calmed down. He's hot.
But if I do, like, it's like on a sport, you get a camera rammed in your face
Aye.
like 10 seconds after you've done it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And nobody can cool down in that time.
Yeah. Nah, I can definitely sympathise. Like,
Yeah, he got hot heated. Like he's definitely a hot heat, like his feather.
But it does make a bit of excitement. It,
Oh,
a wee bit. It's like it's almost like a fucking Senna Prost days.
Far is he in the championship?
Second, like, isn't he?
Second.
Max.
Third.
Third, aye.
Faz winning.
Oscar Piastri. Then it's Lando Norris. Then
First Hamilton. Ferrari's nowhere.
fifth, I think. Fifth. He's
Actually doubting himself now. I kind of like you get these boys like Alonso still racing at his age and all that, and Hamilton strikes me as he knows it's gone. Like, he knows the ability is gone.
I don't think so. I think it's a fact that I think Ferrari and him as a matchmake.
I think he'll chuck it.
I think he'll have to go back to Mercedes,
because he hasn't got the one lap in him to get pole anymore, and he's just flagging miles behind Leclerc. And I think he knows as a 7-time world champion, like the great boys, he knows it. Would you want to ruin your legacy by keeping driving and just finishing middle of the back?
Does that ruin your legacy though? He still won 7, is he?
He still won 7. It doesn't ruin his legacy, but I mean, like Vettel went on a bit just to be a mediocre driver.
Alonso obviously won a championship as well.
But you're on one there too. But he's racing at the back, isn't he?
And I think it's just like football players can do that themselves. Like Ronaldo's did that to me. I bet he's ruined his legacy a wee bit by continuing far on past what he should be.
Lee Trundle, he's still playing football, isn't he?
Still thrashed the wifey's team.
Aye. So Max Verstappen, Mas, what's yours?
Struggling this week, just put Shed.
Aye.
Like, it's not you, is he? Just come, say he's a wanker. I couldn't get nobody this week. I would have probably went Max, but I didn't watch Formula 1, so I went Shed.
Aye.
He gave me a bit of a hard time for picking that route.
Okay.
Because it was like Finway was going back in this route, and him and Gary were having an odd chirp at me about it. It's a funny game, it's not serious, Ken. But after about 16,
like,
I says, Kenneth, I'm never ever picking a route home ever again, Ken. And she said,
like a raffle again.
Aye, like a raffle, aye. Yeah.
I've got a couple of mine, but Ian just annoyed me when I came home from work. It was a wheelie bins. I had 2 wheelie bins out and 2 black ends out, and the only team won. But anyway,
that's annoying.
Mine's going to be Saka.
Oh, aye. What a fud.
What a fud.
Fitzy did.
So the whole England squad was at the Grand Prix at the weekend. Because obviously they're playing Andorra. So Andorra plays in the Olympic Stadium in Barcelona, so they're training there all week. So they're in a grid walk and they're just standing about. So the boy goes up to ask Saka a question. No.
Total rude. And like,
totally blanks him.
And Rosberg was like, that's never very polite, is it?
But then he goes up to Dan Byrne. Dan Byrne, I never say a yap here.
But Saka's a smart guy, kind of like straight A student, like he's educated.
Yeah.
Now, he's obviously, because he doesn't make that much about F1, but that's all you needed to say.
Harry Kane doesn't care much about F1, but he still yapped a while about it. Like,
but it also made you realise, because it was lazy and B, it was doing it, that how easy Brundle makes it look.
Aye.
Because they were struggling, weren't they?
Aye.
Because it was only about 2-3 minutes, whereas normal Brundle's on the grid for about 15 minutes. Aye. But he made him. He got a load of abuse for Saka for that, didn't he?
Aye.
I thought it was unwritten rule. If you're doing there, you have to.
It's a Brundle thing, is it?
Aye.
I think it's his rule. But obviously,
it was poor for him.
Aye, I thought it was just piss poor, Ken.
I just try to put yourself in their shoes. So if you're a famous football player and you go to Formula 1 and somebody shoves a mic in your face unexpected, do you think
you can't nothing about the sport?
Well, it's similar to me and Saturday night, Ken.
I don't think you can be too hard.
As a public figure, you maybe have to can show you're like a public figure and just be appreciated in your face. But
I personally probably love it, Ken. Just pretend I can't exactly if it's going on. And make a total
I love Senna. I'm here for Senna.
Aye. If I was going to pits, I would hear the best of gear, Ken. Cool, expensive shades, and Ken, I can see myself in a shirt button down with a gold chain, and fucking Rolex watch. Ken. If you're going to somewhere like that, you've got to look at part of you. I'd probably have a hair transplant, turkey teeth.
My hair on your head. The teeth. So
that's like fucking Ali's hair. I heed a hair. He's got mental. He's kept on
flowing locks.
Mental. So jealous.
You'd think he would lose him. It was been having a stressful job, but maybe not stressful to him, is it?
He's cool, calm, and collective.
It is that. Right, that's everybody's Wanker this week, is it? Mug of Truth in this week. The mug. Don't you go here, Mug of Truth this week?
We need to go in with that, Ian, because it's...
Fiend.
Ian, I put in.
Fiend.
Is it acceptable as a coach to tell an opponent's kid off for unacceptable behaviour?
So that's what you mentioned earlier on.
Aye.
I would say absolutely, 100%.
Well, it's not if I mentioned it, it's actually somebody was speaking to me, so he had shouted it or spoke to one of the kids firmly because he'd misbehaved, not following the rules, not doing it right, and it wasn't picked up by. And then said coach walked out of the way room, stood next to him and said, I'd appreciate you they speaking to my players like that. And it was a educated individual, not like an idiot, and then just stood there antagonising said person the whole time, to the point where this extremely mild-mannered person went, look, I'm all school, he's done something wrong, I've got it, can you go back round your own side, please? No, and just started picking, and eventually he turned and went, because it was school football again, and he went, go and just get to fuck. But eventually came out his move, Ken, and the boy, then he went back round and then took another boy round, and this said person was now the head teacher of the school and started pulling him up again. So by this point, like, the heat's starting to go, Ken, and he's like, you can just get to fucking the pair is, you're just standing here trying to fucking antagonise me and it's working, now fuck off.
Aye.
So the crux of the story was, is acceptable to tell if fucking right it is.
Aye. If it depends on the age of the kids, I suppose, is it?
Was I in it?
Well, there's a lot of
There's a lot
fucking scenarios.
aye.
It depends
Caveats.
on if a player or the kid is being an absolute cunt, then absolutely.
Aye.
But I could see it for the other side and if I had a team and the other boy was,
You'd be saying, you speaking
aye, hey, I'll fucking discipline the boys. I don't need you, kid. So it's a harding, like.
Aye, but you should expect the other coaches to...
yeah, but your kids is fit, but your team.
Aye. So there should be a case of you should be shouting at them coaches to say, sort your team out.
Aye. That's probably if it would have happened that I've seen maced as, hey, get on your fucking five, get fucking sorted out. Can't just kick it up there.
Aye.
Something like that.
Coach to coach.
Rather than gone direct to the loon like
But
that.
they just stand there
Right.
the whole time.
Aye.
Antagonising it.
Just
This kid's fit by a lot of stories.
Aye, you do,
like,
aye.
Fucking hell, that's fucking nuts.
that's
like.
not no interest in getting involved in it, genuinely.
Maybe that's why I've never
Got involved.
Aye, because it wouldn't have suit me.
Nah, I wouldn't.
Because you don't want to see fucking fisticuffs.
Nah,
or,
exactly.
the kids fit back in. Mm-hmm. But folk obviously get hit up. Again, your kids are playing. If he gets kicked, you're not going to be very happy. But I think you just need to.
It's like that boy had a go at me.
Aye.
I think it was last season. It was not a go at me, but he had a go at my dog. He said my dog licked his water bottle.
That sounds like an allergy for someone.
And the dog licked the water bottle. The water bottle's lying on the ground in Dubs, Ken.
Aye.
He goes, what's your dog's doing looking at water? I laughed because I think he was in a joke.
Aye.
I goes, you in a joke? No. You being serious? He goes, aye. I goes, get the fucking grip, man.
Aye. Yeah, it's lying in the dogs.
Lying in the Dubs and the fucking dog's doing a kind of...
I might have had a dog shit in that
aye.
bag of glass.
Oh, fucking...
What an idiot.
Just probably because we beat him.
Definitely, if it was in the fucking holder and your dog jumped up on it, I just definitely got a point. But if it's lying in the fucking grass,
flat in the grass,
and you see him, but we gave it like we were. You got a swing and you just sit on it, kid.
So,
but dogs can spread disease, kid.
Oh, aye.
I mind watching a reel on Instagram that the Quine had kind of licked the dog and I seriously cocked her up like
Quine licked the dog.
The dog licked the Quine. And I fucking nearly died job like
really.
Aye, that would be again. One and a.
That's a bit of dog who's probably head on the jobs and things like that as well. And
just unlucky.
Aye.
But it can be. You risk it with your hand, do you?
Aye.
So
I would say if there was going to be an issue like coaches, the sort of between the coaches shouldn't be involving the players. Depends on the age, I suppose. If it's I reckon if it would be cut off 15-year-old, 16-year-old, they're at that kind of age and they're heading a bit back, you would hear a go at them, would they?
You'd listen to Nick Hunter. Why? Especially opposition, they tell you just fuck.
Give him a bit back as well. Like,
Yeah.
why go with mining? Was brought up in the wedding on Saturday. I reckon we've hit it at 4. If it was your rather D, sit in a cake and eat dick,
Sit in a cake and eat dick,
or sit in a dick and eat cake.
Sit in a cake.
Sit in a cake or eat dick, or sit in a dick and eat cake.
It's nearly.
Sit in a dick and eat cake. I like cake, and I couldn't have put a cock in my mouth. I spoke about that before. That's the gayest thing you can do, in my opinion.
Aye.
Is put a cock in your mouth.
Gayer than putting a cock up your ears.
Aye.
And pushing back in it.
Aye.
Aye.
Can the old saying like that you're only gay if you're
Push back.
if you're receiving.
Aye.
The giver's nae gay. God doesn't hate to be gay.
Aye.
I think that's nonsense. It's the other way about. It's a giver. It's 100% gay.
And the receiver's nae.
You've got to get an erection. So, if you get an erection out of a man's hairy arse,
Aye.
you have to be gay. Anybody could tack it, could they?
Aye.
Because some folk can, like in prison. The receiver's not gay, is he? He's just...
Funny you just said that about prison. Speaking to a boy at work the other day, if I got locked up in Dubai for basically just being a lout, right?
Aye.
And he got 9 days in the jails. You think, 9 days. And he was terrified, basically.
Aye.
Loads of, like, big bruising Arabs. And then the day before he got out, because he didn't care fun he was getting out, this Arab said, by the way, just off a cuff comment, he said, you're getting fucked tomorrow. The boy was fucking terrified, like, because it was happening. And then he got pulled the next day and paid this massive fine and got out.
Aye.
But he said he says he'll never go back to Dubai ever again.
That's nae appeal to me, going to only what
For things like that can happen to you, because I did was just being a bit leery when he was drunk. And he said 9 days, and that's if it was going to happen to him. And he said, swearing my kid's life, he goes, it is 100% happening. Again, that's what he said it was going to happen to me. He said he didn't sleep for 9 days, just shitting himself.
Aye, I'm nah, it wouldn't happen to me.
You'd hate to fight, wouldn't you?
Fight?
You would die, wouldn't you?
Aye. Rather die.
As long as I get kicked.
So that's a tough. That's not a right answer for that.
It's like in Shawshank Redemption, Ken, for the boy goes, Ken, if ever you put in my move, you're going to lose.
Aye.
And the boy goes, you do that, I'm going to put every inch of steel in your head. And he goes, well, don't you know the jaw clamps down? And Ken, and the boy shoots him, bogs in it. So he just batters them instead.
That's right.
Yeah.
Andy's in the clink after
I would say that, and I'd say, if ever you put in there, you're going to lose.
Lose, aye.
Because my teeth are coming down hard.
But the consensus was that it would be eating cake and...
Aye.
Would it? Aye.
Aye.
If you have to pick,
Even a lot of Quines were saying that.
Aye, that's what I would pick. Like,
Aye.
definitely.
So
You never know. I might enjoy it. Can't knock it till you've tried it.
So you mentioned there, because they've got the hard on, but Fappin they put it up, and then you get in.
Aye, well,
You've got a problem.
then, well, there you go.
Oh.
Well, aye. Then you can. Then the fucking hell game's open. You
Aye,
fucking-
it's a whole new world then.
It's a hell new world open. Yeah. Can be on Grindr and Tinder.
We was coming out with some classics in certain night with the
bet you
truth, like Jesus.
Aye, some nae fit for.
Aye, some of them they fit for.
I had a couple of baddies because we was
Aye.
flirting with some baddies. and
I was after that podcast. I was.
I had
Used to
like
it.
I couldn't even type it in. It was so savage.
Well, you didn't tell us half a year.
It was I don't even think I can tell you because
Because I've seen some of the
I think we should do a subscription podcast.
some of the two yous were pumping out. I was like,
me and
there's something wrong
Mike
with
can get dark. Like
There's something wrong with these cunts, I says.
you stop laughing. Shed eye laughs.
Aye, he does shed eye laugh.
Maybe he doesn't go, but me and you, we can go deep. Like
Deep. I seen it was in certain night. It was dark, but not too dark, and it
Okay.
was a case of would you sleep with your mom, right? But nobody can you sleep with your mom, or would you not sleep with your mom, Abby thinks you have.
Abdi thinks I have.
Aye.
100%.
Even though you didn't.
Aye. Well, he's...
Because you haven't.
But Abby thinks you have.
No, but
I'm an old Irish. I don't give a fuck for folk
Because
think about.
motherfucker.
exactly, because you don't care for thing and you haven't done it. So
Aye, you hinna done it.
Okay.
it's near the hairs.
Aye. Huh?
It's no fucking deliverance.
That's your own mass.
Who is the biggest villain? The cunt who chokes a lavvy or the cunt who shits in a choked lavvy?
That's a good one.
Eh?
That is a good one.
So both can't need the both. The toilets at one.
Are they just abhorrent?
The portaloos are
It's
the
a
proper
container and 2 lavies, urinals. We've got like somebody at work that purposely chokes the toilet, right? So he'll put down the cardboard, empty
toilet paper.
rolls.
Aye.
He'll choke them down the toilet and flush, deliberately choking it. Every I would say twice a month this happens, Ken.
Aye.
It's fucking annoying. And you'll choke it, right? Some cunt will shit in it.
They're worse, eh? Do you think?
So why are you shitting in a
That's
choked
worse.
toilet?
For me.
Aye, because you want shit in a clean toilet. Yeah, a clean toilet. Even if it's said marks in the back, it's not if there's a shit in the toilet. You're not
Because
shitting
once
in
you've shit in a choked toilet, you've fucked it for Abdi then.
Ah,
'Cause at least when it's choked, you can sort it.
Especially a plumber. He's got to go and fucking sort it.
do me a stick or something.
But a plumber just refuses.
Aye.
No, I'm not doing it.
Aye.
I don't blame
And I
him.
would blame it on him.
No.
Somebody else will hit his... I've seen this, like a site agent hate to do it, Ken, because nobody else will do it.
Because that is the downside to a building site is the toilets are horrific. Doesn't matter how good your site is,
Aye.
toilets are horrific.
Aye,
aren't they?
aye, it was that.
Big cunts normally have big shites though, do they?
Aye. The smell in there sometimes.
Aye.
You're going fast, couldn't it? Father always needs to see the doctor. Just, I've Ken, 9 times out of 10 I'll walk in here and I didn't breathe through my nose.
Yeah, you know that.
I just didn't breathe through
And
my
I'm trying to
nose.
work if it's worse winter or summer. Because winter, it's freezing cold and messy, right?
Aye.
But it's summer, it stinks even worse.
Aye,
Aye.
because it's heat. Ken, aye. Sometimes you're in the fucking cubicle, Ken, somebody will come in and they'll sit there and hear it and then straight away, like, holy fuck. You feel like saying it,
Aye,
Ken.
what's going on
You
next?
think of what it is. You're like, what the
Fuck is wrong with you?
my wife says that to me all the time.
So does mine.
Ken, once you come out of the toilet,
My
like,
daughter started saying it new, Ken. She's
what
like,
is wrong with you?
yeah.
Or if you got a really stinky fart or something.
Aye.
Aye.
I'm Champions League farting. Aye. A lot of the lads say that.
The right beans.
Clear out a room.
I
Like.
was doing it in certain night and at the wedding. It's like, holy fuck.
No,
And you get cunts also, you get blocked urinals. So kind of little cubes.
Aye.
So if you when you hit them with your piss, they brack into wee bits, and then they end up doing a trap and choking it,
Trap
and then they piss.
rises up.
Now, if you see a urinal with yellow strand, you don't go pissing it, do you?
No, exactly.
No.
But you fucking see us rising and rising. You're like, why are you pissing in a choked urinal? Ken?
Absolute cunt.
It's like going to football games and the kind of troughs and they're slowly filling up. They get hammed in on you. Oh no.
Oh, man.
Fit.
Aye, it's me.
I thought he was going to say
Aye.
somebody getting thrown in it.
I say that I'd maybe rather suck a dick than take a drink out of that urinal. Somebody take a glass out of it. Go on.
And then again, like it's kind of
It's a tough choice.
still some water in there, though, is it? Still, fuck off, mate. I think I would drink a urine.
Probably.
I think I would.
You think I probably would. You would, Mass.
Nah, I'd suck a dick. A football rock. Piss. Different piss.
A cock in your mouth. You just said this 10 minutes ago. That's the end of you as a man.
Okay.
As a straight man.
You're straight away, you're sick if you drink that piss.
Aye, but still,
a couple of
it's
piss, yeah.
But imagine the cock getting in for a start and you're gagging on it.
Just close your eyes. I need to be a YouTuber.
Fucking hell.
I'm thirsty now.
So for me, boy, it's choked it. Boy, it's sorry,
Aye.
it's shot and it choked.
Shot in the choke. Because sometimes you could
But
shit.
even worse than the boy deliberately choked it.
If you deliberately choked, that's
Deliberate
bad.
I thought you just meant choke through use of the toilet.
You're not a villain for choking a toilet.
No.
If it's like you've had a shit and you needed a lot of bog roll to
Yeah, exactly.
clean yourself up.
But you must can, if you've had a shit and it's still there and you're using quite a bit of bog roll, you would flush, then come back and still wipe.
Yeah, well, that's logical people do that.
Aye.
You wouldn't.
Both villains. But if you deliberately choke it, you're worse.
Aye.
But then you're deliberately shitting on a choked toilet.
And ruining it for, well, I suppose you're ruining it for
Why are
having
you
you joke
doing
it.
it? I've heard a funny thing you boys will like I seen.
Aye.
So why is it acceptable to wipe your arse with just a dry bit of cloth for if you got shitting on any other part of your body, your soap, water, wash like fuck, but between your cheeks, just a dry cloth, sorry.
That is a good, actually.
Okay.
Probably, well, if it's on your hands, your hands are around about your face and you're smelling it.
Aye, okay.
You know what I mean? You're not
But
smelling your ears.
Even if you got it in the tip of your toe, Mike,
I know.
you wouldn't have just tuck it off.
You wouldn't
with
have
a
just
bit of
dicked it, nah, you're
you would be water
in the
and
shower.
soap. Aye, you would.
Aye.
If you stood in it with sole of your foot,
Aye.
I'd not getting no way else. If you put a shoe and sock on, there's no way you would just clean it with a dry cloth.
Shoe and sock.
Can I say?
Aye.
So I should be B-days. Oh, I really should have.
Aye.
I'd enjoy. Enjoy is wrong, is it? I'd enjoy a B-day.
He's posh now since he moved into his mansion.
You didn't see him. You just didn't see him.
I was a
did you?
BD in the hotel room in Albufeira, like.
A good pressure.
Oh, we didn't really try it, like.
No.
Nah.
I would straight away be on that
But you
B-day.
mean,
Like.
you would just take a hand off, would you?
Aye.
Nah.
Well, nah,
You just need to sit in it like you're in a
No,
shit.
but you get water down the back of your legs and then your
Did you?
trousers. I would think
So
so.
now just go up a way.
I've no
Or is
idea.
it- Aye. No, I think you'd be
Right up a
alright.
poop shoot.
I mind being in a place regularly, had a B-day, but I was a young loon. I just got my
My granny had in.
Aye.
My granny and granddad, Knocky
I'm
Road
just
had in.
wondering if it was a fucking granny and granda Massey's
Do you
Tuckies.
think they ever used it?
Oh, it's there.
We douche. You ever use baby wipes to wipe my bum?
Nah, because they're paying to ask. You can't flush them.
Can't
down the
flush 'em.
toilet. Septic tank, can you? Can't,
Oh, aye.
can't clog up septic.
You can't put it in the bin like you're abroad.
See, that's disgusting, is it?
You ever do it abroad though?
Well,
So
you have to include like grease and that.
Ah, fuck it. Do not love it.
Aye, I can.
Bad.
You just not even feel it. This just doesn't feel right to us, does it?
Put it in the bin.
Aye.
I mind going in airport and was it in Dubai? Open up door. I think it was a cubicle for a shiter.
Aye.
It was just a hole in the ground.
Aye.
I goes, oh no, I'm not doing this.
Aye, aye.
Next thing, same. Oh no, I want a shite. I'm not doing that. Third thing, seat. Oh, thank fuck. So they've got a choice here there, and they prefer just hovering near a hole and shiting.
Aye.
Never me. Never me. Right, buy me a coffees this week. I think there's been a few for us. Dunk, you ready to top in?
Nickel Mayer bought us 3 coffees. Aye, lads. Cheers for the £900. Absolutely spunking it in Albufeira. Currently got the tunes pumping on the golf course. Hashtag acceptable, question mark. Going back to back in the FPL next year.
So he obviously won the Premier League Fantasy Fit Bar.
Three coffees.
Aye.
£900.
Poor.
Next. That's a real mug of truth, mate.
Bruce Barron bought us 5 coffees. Aye, lads, after listening back to an old mug of truth, I want to know your updated response, Dunk especially. Would you miss your mate's wedding to go to the Scottish Cup final, especially knowing what happened last weekend? As a fellow dandy who was at Hampden last Saturday, unbelievable scenes and were worth missing a wedding for. I reckon even Shea would have missed his own wedding for it. P.S. Shout out to my brother Ryan to have a great holiday, have a relaxing week, not having to worry what your 300 employees are up to. New starts in August with reduced needs to innovate. Love the podcast. Always brings a laugh and starts off the Wednesday morning. So cheers, Bruce Barron, for 5 coffees.
5 coffees, aye.
Cheers, buddy.
And aye, you would definitely miss a wedding.
Well, if you get an outcome, for sure.
Colin Wilson bought us 8 coffees.
8?
Wow.
Jesus.
One word, magic. Brilliant podcast that saves me ranting about that shit till then. Doesn't give a fuck about. Keep up the good work. P.S. Been in Glasgow for about 29 years or so. Mass and still nae found any soap. on your heads. I was actually expecting the Coco and say,
Coco.
I was expecting
This
him
one,
to say,
Coco.
like, he's I bought you coffees. Oh,
Top man.
Then I was sitting and expecting Harrison, I think the grandson, and I got a tap on the shoulder, and it was Coco's wife, Lynn. He goes, you make for the podcast? And I goes, aye. Oh, thanks. He goes, fit. Oh, what a hassle. He would just normally rant about Fitbit to her.
Aye.
Knew he started starting to listen to the podcast, and he just not going to rant. So
So he just runs.
so we're
Rants a lot himself.
saving marriages.
Cheers, Coco.
Cheers, Coco. Aye.
Fit like lads, looked like the Apple Pay worked both times, but never came off, as I wasn't sure if it was slow in work, so just left it. Hope tit works this time. I'm now writing all that spiel out again, so wrote it twice already. So it was
Brune.
Ryan Brown.
Ryan Brown.
Cheers, man.
Aye. He wrote us a big spiel.
Aye.
Cheers, Paul.
Will I read it?
Nah, fuck him. You better read it. We'll read Paul Baines and we'll come back to it. Dunk,
No, we read it last week.
did we?
Aye.
Oh, I said we
Aye,
have.
we did,
Aye.
aye. Yeah.
So cheers up to you who bought us
Cheers,
a coffee
aye. Yeah, cheers,
this week. Very much appreciated.
Was Coco at the wedding?
Coco's at wedding, aye.
Was he?
Aye, Coco was at
I
wedding.
haven't seen him in years.
Years, I know, eh?
Yeah.
It was a good turnout. Henners was there,
Was he?
Henners and
Oh,
Angela's there.
aye, fucking hell.
And, he's back home. His feathers up the road. Yeah. You know,
Oh,
you have a
yeah.
great like. So he was at the wedding on Saturday. Him and Angela, like, but keep like Henners is just gets fucked.
Aye, Sawzall.
Aye,
Like,
good crack,
Aye,
good crack.
aye.
Henners like so. Really good. So thanks everybody. It's bought us a coffee us last week.
Aye.
Much appreciated.
Mm-hmm.
Plans this week?
Nothing.
Nah,
Nothing planned.
No.
Quite.
I think.
I hopefully get my digger in soon.
Aye.
Get my buck.
No me moleste mosquito, no me moleste mosquito, no me moleste mosquito. Why don't you go home? No me moleste mosquito, let me eat my burrito. No me moleste mosquito, why don't you go home?